character's face for what he did.
Like I said, these are all supposed to be reasons why somebody would want you dead. So,
Yeah.
And I think that because he wrote them, he knows us all pretty well, so it's all things that we would be passionate about in some way or another. Does that make sense?
I could see that.
Yeah.
What?
well, the one that me and him are talking about, I could have changed up one thing about it and made it yours, and you would have been very upset with me.
I'm already a little upset with you about Memory 5.
All I'm going to say, and I'm not going to give out what it is or anything, but if you would have given this to Aaron, Aaron would have quit the game.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. You would have been like, nah, fuck this, I'm out. And then you would have just disconnected. Like, yeah.
Did you mean that you would have changed it and given it to Aaron?
No, I would have. As it is, if it would have been Aaron's, it would have been just as bad as if I changed one thing about it and then gave it to you. I'll tell you what it is afterwards. Like when we're all done, we'll talk about some of the things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, make sure I've got things set
I'm
up.
gonna move this stupid book, by the way. I can't pick it up and move it.
Like, do you want it there?
I just want it to lay down and be somewhere.
Oh, you can just, if you click and hold on it, and then hold Alt, and then scroll your wheel up, it'll rotate it. So you can lay it down.
Also, why is everything on this table like super purple for no reason? There's like a purple box that everything's in.
Well, that's a hidden area. Like you see how you can't see inside of Andrew's pink area and Aaron's green area?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so that no one else can read what your memories are.
Yep. Oh, my memories are sticking out a little bit.
As long as it's somewhere, like part of it is inside of the box, then it's hidden.
Okay.
Like, I've got some stuff sticking out of the top of my DM section here, but y'all can't see it. Excuse you.
So what's with the timer?
That's gonna be a big deal. So let me see.
We just get started.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into it, the whiteboards that you have next to your hidden areas, those are going to be needed pretty quickly in the game. And if you want them to be moved, I have them locked right now, and I have it to where y'all can't unlock things. So if you want me to move it, I can move it.
Bueno.
Okay.
Damn. Just throwing the candles around.
All right. Who threw Gary?
I did not touch Gary.
What heathen? Babe.
I threw the shit out of Gary, and I'll do it again.
Oh.
Bye, Gary.
God damn it.
No.
Oh, I threw the table. I didn't mean to throw the table. Okay, I'll stop. I'm done.
I gotta rewind it now. Okay. And you're going to need that. And that. Aaron, are you done with the dice?
Yes.
Okay. And that.
Did we all get a candle?
Mm-hmm.
I had to be extra and steal one of the other candles.
So I'm going to go through the introduction sequence, and then I'm going to pause and I'm going to explain how some of these things are going to work, because it'll make more sense in context than it will if I just start rattling off bullshit.
Okay.
One by one, you wake up in a room. It is so dark you can't even make out the silhouette of your hand in front of your face. The ground is cold and gritty. It feels like dirt rubbing against stone. A male voice lets out, "Where the fuck am I?" The voice of a female response appears, "Who is that? What do you want from me?"
Could you read that one more time, please?
Yeah. Alright, one by one you wake up in a room. It is so dark you can't even make out the silhouette of your hand in front of your face. The ground is cold and gritty. It feels like dirt rubbing against stone. A male voice lets out, "Where the fuck am I?" The voice of a female responds in fear with, "Who is that? What do you want from me?"
Now, is this
Yeah.
is that us? Like, am I the one who's like, what the fuck, like screaming out, where the fuck am I?
You're in a completely, all three of you are in a completely pitch black room. You can't see anything. You just hear these two people talking.
Okay. So it is not I who said, where the fuck am I?
Does not.
Uh, who's going first? Like,
Oh, I
There's
thought
not going to
we
be
were
any
what do we do?
rotation. If you feel like doing something, just do it.
Okay. So we just go
Yeah.
from here?
Just go.
Oh, I thought we were pausing for you to explain things.
Nope, not yet.
Oh,
What I would like to do is immediately start putting my, investigation skills, I guess, in a way, into effect. And I want to start, feeling around in the room, like trying to feel around and figure out what's going on. If there's any like walls close by, you know,
As soon as
doing
you
the whole
move, you feel
investigation.
a shackle pull against your left arm. You realize there's a chain leading to a pole.
Okay. And so it's just a pole. And if I move around the pole with my free hand reaching out, like I can't feel any walls or anything.
You can reach a wall. If you reach out your right hand, you feel a wall. But you see that the pole, or you can feel that the pole is vertical. It is not horizontal.
All right. And so when I feel for the pole is against the actual wall, or I'm reaching in the like different direction towards the wall.
You're reaching away from the pole, and that's when you're able to touch the wall.
Okay.
Do I feel a shackle as well?
Yes.
what about
And
me?
Yes.
if I follow the chain back, does it lead to the same pole?
You don't feel any other shackles. You don't feel anybody else around you.
Okay. Is this shackle and chain fixed to a point on the pole, or does it move
It
vertically
slides
with
up
it
and
at
down.
all?
It feels like the end of it is sort of like the end of a handcuff, but it doesn't feel exactly like a handcuff. It's just a big metal ring.
What about around the wrist? Is it like an actual like shackle that's like old school shackle that's bolted, or is it more of like a handcuff?
It's more of like, old wrist guards, like sort of long but fitting to your arm.
Okay.
Kind of like a wrist cuff, but
Okay.
not handcuffy.
And it's on my left hand,
Left forearm, yes.
left forearm. Okay.
Is there a lock of some kind on the shackle, like a keyhole?
There is a keyhole on all of the shackles on your wrist side. There's not a keyhole on the ring that's attached to the pipe.
I'm gonna, since I'm still feeling around, trying to check out my surroundings and see if there's anything that I can touch or grab or anything that, is not just a wall or a floor or, the chain to the pole. with doing that, I'm gonna start like patting myself down to see if there's anything on my person.
You check all of your pockets on all your sleeves, and you find that all of your belongings that you'd had from the last thing that you remembered are completely gone. All that's left is your clothing.
Okay. I strip naked. I'm kidding.
You can't. There's a shackle keeping your clothes on.
Not
I-
keeping my pants on.
Hey,
Right.
I am going to ask who's there. Who's in the room with me? Because I can hear all this patting and shuffling and struggling.
Who am I? Who the
Okay.
fuck are you?
Who am I again?
Do-
Oh.
So there literally is like 2 more people with us,
You
bringing
have
it
heard.
to a total of 5.
Yes, you've heard the voice of a male and the voice of a female.
And now the voice of another female.
This
Yes.
is me.
Okay, so he in my head, Dickie Boy's already taken it down. So there's a male and there's 2 females.
Correct.
All right,
I'm going to respond with to the question with a fake name, and I'm going to say that I am Jessica.
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
Hmm.
Which one is that?
You're gonna
Which
need your
side?
2 10 die.
Is that this?
Yes, that's one of them.
Do
Your
I get
next
them
one
both
should
out of
also
the
be a
purple
10 die.
side? Okay. Why
Oh,
can't
that's
I
not it.
see them?
No, there it is. You're not gonna need
Let me
those.
put these back.
Yeah.
Spotlight. So I assume
Perfect.
Aaron's just doing the same thing as me right now, just
I'm just taking it
shuffling.
in.
Yeah. Dickie Boy's just listening.
I got 92.
Oh, 92? Yeah, you're good. What'd you say your name was?
Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, fuck you!
Okay. Um, I got nothing because I don't know who this guy is. Fuck you, motherfucker. I'll fuck you
Hey.
and your mama. We're gonna go there.
Jessica, are you the one who brought us here? That was the voice of the female. I can't do a female voice.
Who are you talking to?
Whoever the fuck Jessica is.
No, wait. Are you still being the female?
Yeah.
Okay. No, are you chained to a pole?
Yeah, I'm chained to a pole. I'm hearing the chains. Are you chained to one?
Yes, that's why I was trying to figure out who was here.
My name is Linnell.
Well, Linnell, do you know this angry gentleman that's also in the room with us? Did he put us here?
I don't know anything that's going on right now.
I guess this is gonna be the moment that Dickie Boy speaks up, and he's just like, all right. Clearly, something is very wrong right now. I'm over here chained to a pole as well.
Who are you?
My name's Gary. Private Eye. I'm just trying to figure out the situation. We all need to stay calm because if we let our emotions get the best of us, it's gonna make it a lot harder for us to figure out what the fuck is going on. You see? Yeah, you see?
Tell that to the screaming guy.
I'm saying it for everybody. He's the one being a
Suddenly,
bit
the light flips
emotional.
on, and you can look around the room. You see across the room there's a woman who's wearing a peach dress. You can see that there's dirt all over her dress, and she's hugging the pole that she's attached to. A chain is attached to her wrist. Oops.
I'm just
My bad.
gonna
There we go.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, I was about to say, you should lock that into place. Now, is the color our actual? Is that like our pole?
Yeah. Well, you can see that all the poles are just black poles attached from the floor to the ceiling.
Okay, so there's 6 people in here.
As you adjust to the light, you finally get a chance to look around. You see the room is completely stone, with the exception of the metal pipes that are securely fastened to the ceiling and the floor. The walls are barren. The light in the center of the room has a metal rebar cage around it to protect the bulb. In the corner of the room, bolted to the ceiling, you see what looks like a can with a wire leading into the wall. Above the door at the end of the room is an analog clock. You also notice everyone in the room. You see standing on one side of the room next to the door is a tall man in a brown suit that appears to be missing buttons. His hair looks like it was carefully combed earlier but was messed in the events that got him here. His left hand is shackled to the pipe next to him. On the opposite side of the room you see a very unassuming man. He seems pretty unremarkable in his appearance. He's sitting on the floor with his right hand covering his eyes as if he is still trying to adjust to the change of light, his left hand gripped on the chain that binds him to the pipe, and his right foot planted on the pipe itself. It seems he's been trying to free himself for some time. He wears a t-shirt and black slacks and has unkempt dark brown hair. Next to him is a woman hugging the pipe to which she is attached. You can see streaks of makeup running down her face as if she had been crying since she awoke. She is wearing a peach-colored dress, and you can see the dirt smeared all over, likely from the dirt on the floor. Suddenly, the door swings open, and in walks a man. He is around 6 feet tall, dressed in a gray button-up dress shirt, black pants, leather gloves, and black boots. He is wearing a flat, black, featureless mask covering his entire head and only shows the whites of his eyes. As he approaches the center of the room, he stops. His eyes scan the room, taking in the faces before him. He takes in a long breath of air.
You all have been brought here because you deserve to have been brought here. Each one of you played a critical role in a series of events that you must pay for. Today I will play my own critical role in a series of events that I will inevitably pay for as well. I have shackled you here so you may discover the events that occurred based on the roles you played. Above my head is a clock. When I leave this room, that clock will start, and every 10 minutes I will return. If you have not discovered why you are here, then one of you will die. Every 10 minutes I will return and kill another one of you until you discover why you are here, or you are all unable to do so. If you do happen to find out why you are here, then you will be granted your freedom.
The tall man in the brown suit lunges at the man in the mask. His hand falls just short of grabbing him. Motherfucker, I don't know who you are, and clearly you don't know who the fuck I am. I will fucking kill you. The man in the mask turns to the man in the brown suit and says,
I know very well who you are. Maybe the reason why you are here is because you don't know who I am.
The man in the mask turns to Abigail. He stares deep in her eyes. You can just make out the shift of the face beneath the mask, and you're pretty sure he's smiling. He walks toward Abigail and says,
This must be your first time.
The man in the mask turns toward the door. He places his hand on the knob, looks to the room, then points to the clock above his head.
You have 10 minutes. I sincerely hope you discover why you are here.
The man in the mask shuts the door, and the seconds on the clock begin ticking. Okay.
Okay.
And this is why we have to think.
Okay. So first off, what I would like to check out,
Well, before we start doing stuff, because I got to start the clock, start the timer. There's a few things that I need to explain about how this game is going to work. So let me read that off real quick, and if you have any questions, we can figure that out, and then we'll start doing things.
Okay.
All right. So first off, your character does have a chance of dying. Because of your shackles and your vulnerabilities, you will not be able to dodge or defend yourself. If the man in the mask should decide to kill you, then you will die. Second, if your character dies, you can take part in playing as part of the subconscious of the other remaining characters. However, you cannot contribute any new information about your character that has not already been discovered, and you cannot view the memories of any other character. You can assist in discussing the new information as it comes out, but you cannot contribute new information about your character's memories. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you mean the subconscious of the other players?
So basically, if your character dies, then you can actively listen to what's going on and discuss with the other players what's going on. If you hear something, you can go, oh, hey, that sounds like this other thing that was discussed earlier. But if you hear
Okay, but
something that lines up with your memory, you cannot mention that memory unless it's already been mentioned while your character was alive.
Oh, okay. I have another question before you start again.
Yeah.
What determines who blah 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 blah? Are you rolling to determine who the masked man shoots?
No, he already knows who he's going to kill before he enters the room.
Okay.
I bet he kills the black girl first. Hey, I'm not trying to be racist. It's like the 1920s, 1930s, okay? Like, it's a thing.
I don't know. I think he's gonna go for the guy with anger issues.
The timer will count in real time and will not stop at any point during the game once it has begun. If the timer is running, then you will be responsible for using that time wisely. If any breaks need to be taken during the game, then you can do so before the timer resets. So basically, he's going to come back in, and he's going to kill somebody, and he's going to go back out of the room. Before I set the timer back to the 10 minutes, you can go to the bathroom, get a drink, do whatever the fuck you got to do. But if the timer's already going and we're in the middle of the game, I'm not stopping it for shit.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty clear on things.
I got two more things.
Okay. Jesus.
All right.
Calm down.
Your memories are just that. They're memories. Just like normal people in real life, we all have a bunch of memories floating around in our head all day, but we don't think to mention them unless someone says something that triggers that memory. This is the same logic you must use when playing this game. You cannot rattle off random memories unless someone asks something that could trigger that memory. To list off random things without prompt will be considered metagaming and is a total dick move, so just don't fucking do that.
Got it.
All right, and the last thing, you may sometimes try to push for information from someone if you would like to. For instance, if you feel like someone is holding back, you can use persuasion against them. A successful roll may reveal more information. Keep in mind your sanity may affect the efficiency of these rolls and are at the discretion of the keeper as to when this could come into play. Also, sanity is going to be treated a little bit differently in this than it is in standard Call of Cthulhu or any other thing that we've done. So normally sanity is supposed to be like afflicted based off of a predetermined chart and all that other shit. But the way that it's going to work in this is your sanity is not going to have time to rejuvenate. So if you start taking damage to your sanity, then that's just what's going to happen. It's not going to be, you're not going to have any opportunities to rebuild it throughout the game. And I will go ahead and let you know that if one player goes permanently insane, which means their sanity drops to 0, then the game is automatically over.
All right.
Okay.
What affects our sanity? Because usually it's like seeing a fish creature eat somebody.
I mean, that's still pretty standard. I mean, if you see anything that's extreme, anything that's paranormal, anything that's, out of the ordinary for normal life, that affects your sanity. Anything that might cause you an extreme amount of stress.
So when that guy comes in and shoots somebody.
Yep. Every 10 minutes.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Let me know when.
I would like a pee break before we start.
Okay.
And I need to collect my cat.
Okay.
So, BRB.
We will wait.
I already have a plan of something I want to do, but it's probably going to be fruitless and going to waste my own time, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I forgot. Music. Play.
Oh, she's here. Aaron, do you know that you're muted?
She's not muted anymore.
Oh, okay.
We just
All
cannot
right.
hear her.
She's still not
Well,
responding. Oh, now she's
don't-
muted again.
How about now?
There we are.
We can hear you.
Fucking technology. All right.
Woohoo! All right, so everybody good?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. And the timer has started.
I started my timer as well. All right. All right. So clearly we're all here for a reason and we need to figure this out. All right. So the best thing I can say is we should at least go around the room and say who we are and mention who we are, you know? Like I'm Gary. I'm a private eye. I'm originally from Chicago, but I moved out to LA. I was a police officer in Chicago. And during my time working there, I saw too much for me to really want to handle anymore. So I needed to get away. Moved out to LA, opened up my own private investigation, and been living there ever since. I don't really know what else to say right now.
Linnell
And
looks up from pipe and says, I'm Linnell Kennedy. I'm a nurse. I live in Louisiana. I don't really have a whole lot to say. I've been a nurse basically since I was 20. I'm 27 now, so that's about all I got.
I'm gonna add this in really quick. While this is going on, Gary is gonna be examining the actual chain and seeing how sturdy the chain is, because he's looking at trying to see if he can break the fucking chain.
All right, pause. Aaron.
Oh.
Aaron's having issues.
Pause.
Y'all can keep talking. I can play
Okay,
through listening.
fair enough.
Yeah. And so he's gonna be looking at the chains to see if they're sturdy, or if maybe he can wrap it around the bar and try to use the bar to see if he can like weaken part of it, you know, while everybody's talking.
The man in the white shirt leans against the pole and stares at everybody. He doesn't say anything.
Come on, man. We gotta communicate and talk if we're gonna get through this.
He continues staring straight forward. He has no reaction to anything that's being said.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. I'm Jessica. I'm from New Orleans and I'm a bartender. I don't really know.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I'm Abigail. I'm a reporter. I'm kind of from a little of all over the place, but based out of Chicago. That man that came in here, he looked at me and asked if it was my first time. Has anyone else been here before?
I haven't been here.
I haven't been here either.
I haven't been here.
But all I'm gonna say is if he says that it's your first time, the only person that I get any vibes that has been here before is this guy over here not talking.
Are you looking at the guy in the white shirt or the guy in the suit?
I'm looking at the guy in the white shirt.
He continues looking around the room, but he doesn't say anything.
What about you, big guy?
My name is Fuck You, and this whole goddamn thing sounds like a big ass setup. All y'all can go fuck yourselves. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't saying
Look here.
All of you, fuck you.
Fuck you. Look here. All right? There's lives on the line right now. And one of us is going to die in the next 5 minutes.
You think I
All
give a
right,
shit
and
about
if
any of your lives? I don't give a fuck.
it could be you. You could be the one who dies.
Yeah, I believe
unless
that.
you
I believe
start
that shit
talking.
in 5 minutes.
All right.
Can I ask a question
You know what?
while they're
When he
arguing?
comes, oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Does Linnell look familiar to Willow?
The only people who look familiar to each other is Abigail, Willow, and Gary, since you all were together in that last scenario. But
Oh
they're
yeah,
just people.
Gary knows about Abigail. He's read the articles.
Yeah, all three of you know
So-
each other. No one else looks familiar.
We do?
I'll pause it. I didn't mention
Sorry.
this before. But no, I'm carrying this over from the last scenario that y'all did.
Oh,
That's why I use
so
the same
we'll-
character sheets.
Oh.
So I know
okay.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you know that her name is actually Willow. Like all three of you already know each other from the lighthouse mission.
Okay.
All right.
Resume game.
Uh,
That was my
all
bad.
right.
I'm sorry.
And then I'm gonna yell one last thing at the dude, and I'm gonna be like, "Well, look here. If you want so, we can go ahead and go around the room right now and agree to vote on this and tell the dude when he comes back in, we want you to be picked off first, since you want to be an arrogant little prick about things."
You could
Second
sell
thought.
him, and you could sell me, and all you motherfuckers try to scare me into saying some shit. I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
Well, you're gonna be scared in less than 4 minutes. Now, I do know you, Abigail, and I know
Yeah.
you, Jessica. We need to get this figured out, and with this, like at this point, I've already like walked around the pole to kind of bring the chain around it, and I want to see if I can do like a strength check or whatever. I know I'm weak, but I'm gonna try to fucking pull on it.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
All right, what do I need to roll? D10.
I'll pause it because I didn't. This is another thing I forgot. I'm fucking. Go ahead and put both of your D10s on the board, so that y'all don't have to waste time if you have to do any rolls.
Just like in the middle, or
Yeah, just put them on the map. Because I mean, nobody can move anyway, so it's not like we need the whole space. Just as long as you can get to them quickly and
It's
roll
this
and
one,
move
right? These ones, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So we're okay. What are we at on your timer? So you're at 4 minutes and 4 seconds. I'm at 3 minutes and 58 seconds. But you know,
Yeah, I had to
We're
pause
close
it to
enough.
explain that.
yeah, I've tried to pause mine a couple times as well with yours. So all right. So am I rolling both of these die?
Yeah. $85, and you're supposed to roll lower than
40.
Yeah, so you overshot it by a fucking mile. All right, resume game.
Oh.
You tug and pull on the chain against the pipe. The pipe doesn't budge, and the chain doesn't give.
Okay. And with that, I'm gonna start like feeling around on the walls to see if I can find any like loose bricks or anything while we continue talking. So, y'all, we got to figure out why we are here.
and I roll persuasion on fucking fucknuts McGee over here.
Okay.
To see if I can get him to tell me at least where he's from.
Go for it.
Hello?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Your persuasion is 10, so you have to roll less than a 10. $44. You ask him
Let
again
him
where
know.
he's from, and he just gives you the middle finger.
All right, I'm gonna roll for persuasion as well, and see if I can just yell at him and be like, "Motherfucker, at least tell us your fucking name."
What's your persuasion? Yours is 60. What'd you roll?
Either a 32 or a 23.
Get a 32. The man looks over at you and goes, Benny.
Benny. All right, that's a start. Where you from, Benny?
I'm from a big fat town of none of your goddamn business. That's where I'm from.
God damn it, Benny. We don't have time for this childish shit. Talk to us.
I already know this whole shit's a setup. You already said you're a fucking cop. I ain't doing this. Nah, hell no.
Yeah, I'm a cop, but I'm not the best cop. That's why I'm a private eye now. And I don't.
Now, Benny, is it? You
Yeah.
look like a man who enjoys the finer things. You ever been down in Louisiana, around New Orleans? I feel like I've seen you at one of my bars.
Ain't none of your damn business where I've been or what I do.
I roll persuasion for that. God damn it.
Yeah.
Same sentence, but with persuasion roll.
7, motherfucker.
Nice.
Look, I ain't never been to no damn Louisiana. Alright, where I'm from, it ain't there.
I'm gonna try to roll persuasion on him again to see if he'll tell me where he's from. And I oof that.
No, your persuasion's 60, isn't it?
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
Persuasion, no, your persuasion's
40.
60.
Okay. Come on, man. Fucking just tell us where you're from.
Alright, look. I'm from Jersey. Alright? I'm from all over Jersey.
Right.
You want to know exactly where I live? I live everywhere in Jersey.
All right. So we got Benny from Jersey, the Guido boy.
Pretty much.
Oh, I was saying that in character to insult him, calling him a Guido.
Hey, at least I ain't no fucking pig.
Yeah, well, you know, at least I live an honest life, you fucking jabroni.
And jabron these nuts, motherfucker.
All right.
Well,
We got like 30 seconds.
I'm rolling persuasion to ask him what he does for a living. I'm not gonna phrase it pretty. I didn't get it. Never mind.
I'm rolling for investigation to see if I can find a loose brick or anything in the wall.
Hurry up. 16 seconds.
I rolled a 73. My investigation's probably shit.
There's no such thing as investigation.
I don't know what I was
There's
trying to
spot
roll
hidden.
then. Spot hidden, yeah.
What'd you roll?
Supposed
The
to
man,
be. I
the
got
door
73.
swings open, and the man walks in. He stands in the center of the room and looks all of you.
Why are you here?
We don't know.
The man in the mask
Is
looks
he
to the floor for a moment, and he points the gun to the ceiling. He pulls back the hammer and points it to Linnell. No, please,
No,
don't do
no,
this. I have a
hey.
family. I'm a nurse.
We
I have
don't
people.
have to do this.
I'm not ready. The gun goes off.
We don't.
A hole in her
We
head.
didn't have to do this.
A hole in her head splatters blood against the walls. Her body collapses on the floor and her hand dangles limply from her shackle. The man in the mask looks around the room.
To figure out why you are here, you'll need to figure out why she is here too.
The man in the mask turns toward the door and he walks out, grabbing the handle behind him. The door makes a loud bang as it closes. The clock begins ticking again.
Fuck. You see, man? You think this is a fucking joke? Do you see her? She's fucking dead. Because you think this is a fucking joke, Benny.
Alright, what do you want to know?
Why? What I want to... Why you gotta make it...
Tune changes?
Do what?
Now that this lady across the room is dead, now you want to be open with information? Why are you here, Benny?
Why the fuck is anybody here? What the fuck? Why are you here, motherfucker? Why don't you tell us what fucked up shit you've done?
You need to calm the fuck down, Benny. This is very serious.
Okay, so we need to figure out, does anybody know Linnell?
I don't know her.
Has anybody ever
Didn't
seen
she-
her before?
Didn't she say she was from Louisiana?
Yeah, she says she was a nurse
You're-
from Louisiana. Anybody here a
You're from-
doctor?
You're from Louisiana?
She doesn't look familiar to me.
All right, man. I know you're being quiet over there. You in the white shirt. I know you're being quiet. We need you to talk to us, man. And I'm gonna roll persuasion to see if I can get him to talk.
Was it 35?
Yeah.
The man is clutching the pole. From the corner of your eyes, he sees that you're trying to get his attention. He looks to you and taps his ear and then shrugs.
He's deaf. Fuck. This makes it even harder.
Does anyone know sign language?
I'll go ahead and save the trouble. Not one of you has sign language on your character sheet.
Okay. I was
course not.
asking. I was asking as a
Well,
character. I was
Benny.
asking the group.
Okay.
Well, okay, out of character. Would Benny know sign language?
Man, I don't know no damn sign language. I know money.
Okay. Yeah, don't we all know money? All right, so we're here for a reason. I know for me, I wasn't always the best of cop. Could have done a lot of things differently. Maybe if I didn't drink so much, those people wouldn't have died.
What people?
Uh,
Who died?
People I should have saved. I don't know who they are, but I know their blood's on my hand.
You a cop. You got a
Also-
lot of goddamn blood on your hands. Every motherfucker's blood on your fucking hand.
No, this is different.
What did you do, Gary?
Well, I mean, what haven't I done? All those drunken nights. I mean, where should I start? Should I start from the beginning? The woman that I could have saved, but I decided to stay at the bar instead when I was before I was even on the force, or the woman I could have saved by not being drunk and calling my wife, or the man that I could have saved if I just didn't write down that information about him. See, at this point, Gary's just sitting there, kind of just lost in his own thoughts, just reminiscing. So if you're looking at him, he's just kind of gone.
That's stuff you didn't do. Why would that land you here?
I don't know why I would land here because of that. I just know those lives I could have saved. I could have been a better cop. I probably wouldn't have started drinking as much as I did. But I ruined everything because I couldn't let those faces go. Hell, you at least know the one, the first one, Abigail. You wrote the front page headliner of the woman who was beaten and raped in that alleyway and left for dead. She died in the hospital.
The what now?
You wrote the front page headline of the woman who was beaten and raped in that alleyway and left for dead and shortly died after in the hospital.
I'm going to pause it for a moment and go ahead and confirm it because it's not in your memories, because it's not a reason why somebody would have wanted you killed. But you did write an article about a woman who was raped. So that is so that did actually happen to your character. But your character didn't think of it because it's not something that you thought someone would want to kill you over.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And then I saw the man afterwards, and I could have said something, but who would have believed? Who would have believed a young rookie trying to blame a superior for beating and raping a helpless woman? Could have changed it, but I kept my mouth shut.
Could have and you should have.
Who was the one?
He was trying to rape a woman.
I didn't know he was gonna rape her. I didn't know he was gonna beat her to an inch of her life. I thought they were just having an argument in the bar.
Abigail, who is the woman?
The only woman I can think of that I've known to even have a brush with rape was my friend. Huh. Now, when you say that, I did have an altercation with the gentleman that attempted something with her. Surely it wouldn't be me. He got his sight back. He wouldn't have. Huh. Huh.
Harry, this woman, was she a grown woman or was she young?
I'd say she
I
was
too
in her
have had
early
it.
to mid-20s.
Oh. I too have had not an altercation, an encounter with rape, and I thought maybe that was what connected us.
Yeah, she's dead. She died. What about you, Benny? What kind of sort of fucked up shit have you done?
Oh, you want to know what I've done? Fuck haven't I done? You want somebody to get you some weed, get you some blow, get you some women, get you some guns? You want to fucking know what I've done? I've done everything.
Then what's
You want to know
something
why
that
somebody would want me
needs to
killed?
hear?
There's a million people out there who would want me killed. You want me to sum it down to one motherfucker?
Yeah, summon down to one motherfucker.
Can't do it.
Who?
Can't do it.
I feel that. Yeah, and I know you're calling me a pig and everything, but I ain't no snitch. You
Benny,
don't.
now-
There's loyalty, Benny, and I understand that.
I
Only
think
way.
Benny understands loyalty very well. I'm starting to wonder what his last name is and what kind of family he has
Roll
back
persuasion.
in Jersey.
Roll persuasion. Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
Yep. What's your persuasion?
And
You don't ask questions about my goddamn family.
I didn't ask a question. I just wondered.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
you're
wanted
giving a
that shit
lot
to yourself.
away.
Don't fucking run your mouth to my family. I swear to God.
How high up in your family are you, Benny? Are you just a knee breaker? Or do you have any real
roll
power?
for fast talk.
25 again.
What's your fast talk? 5. I am none of your fucking business. That's what I am.
Yeah, well, Benny.
How
all
about
this
you
none of your-
quiet motherfucker? And Benny bends down and picks up a pebble from the ground and throws it over at the man in the white shirt. It bounces off of him and it hits the wall. It scratches the wall. The man in the white shirt looks back over at Benny, and his mouth kind of drops open. He bends down and picks up the pebble from the floor. The door swings open and the man in the mask walks in.
Oh God.
Why are you here?
Because I let so many fucking innocent people die.
The man in the mask looks to the floor for a moment. He points the gun to the ceiling. He pulls back the hammer and points it to Daniel. Damn it. Fuck. He points it to the man in the white shirt. The man in the white shirt eyes gets big. He has the pebble in his hand. He looks over at Benny and he points at him. With the rock in his hand, he turns around, scratches an H into the wall. The gun goes off. A hole in the back of his head is made and blood smears against the wall. His body goes limp. I want
Is it
everybody
a
to roll
weapon
against
on the
their
wall?
sanity.
What did he scratch into the wall? Was it? Did you say
H.
8?
An
H?
H. Yep.
Okay. I'm having a struggle bus moment with my dice. Hold on.
Tell me what you get.
I got a 32.
I got a
32.
20.
You're good. You're
I got a
good.
75.
You roll a d4 for sanity damage. 4. Okay.
I don't know what I got. Why are these numbers weird?
You get the number that's on the bottom on a d4, so you get 4 damage to your sanity.
Okay.
Which puts you at 46. Okay. What the fuck? There we go. The man in the mask turns around. He walks toward the door, puts his hand on the handle, and slams it shut. And the clock begins ticking again. Alright, do we need to pause for anything?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, timer's going.
Okay. We have to figure out why we're in here.
Benny.
What?
What's the H for, Benny?
I don't know what the fucking H is for.
What's your last name, Benny?
Roll persuasion.
You gotta move that. I don't need that.
I don't know why that's there. I'll put it away.
What'd you get? 13. Fantastic. Alright. My last name's Mariani. My first name's not really Benny, it's Umberto. But you call me Benny. Umberto's what my mama calls me. You call me Benny.
All right, Benny. I'm glad you're starting to cooperate now that 2 people are dead.
Gary, roll, the fuck is E? Shit. Roll against your intelligence.
I don't know what my intelligence is.
80. 45. You hear the name Mariani and you remember the Mariani crime family from New Jersey.
Mariani, Benny. Ah, no. All right. If my memory serves me correctly, Benny. I remember hearing somebody say Benny was at the bottom of the family. No. Benny's notorious. You've almost gone to jail a few times, Benny.
So you know who I am, huh? You know my fam.
Oh,
You
your
think
family.
you know me?
Oh, I don't know you, but I know what the public knows of you.
Fill
Yeah.
the rest of us in, Gary.
I don't know. It's Benny's tale.
Yeah, we got a
He's
family
been
up in New
so
Jersey.
forthcoming with the information.
We got a family up there. We know. We take care of each other. The fucking pigs like to point us out like we're the bad guys or something, but we're just doing what we gotta do.
There's blood on your hands, Benny.
There's blood on everybody's hands. Why the fuck you think we're here?
Well, I've known Abigail long enough at this point to understand that I don't think Abigail has much blood on her hands, if any. She's just a reporter.
Blood
And
is
why would
blood,
the
baby. Look, it's a little bit of blood. It's a whole lot of blood. It's still
And why
blood.
would you blame the nurse? The nurse, yeah, she may have blood on her hands, but in a lot of those situations, she can't even, sometimes you can't save people. Why would she deserve to be here? And what about Daniel's death? What do you think he's done? He may be a little autistic as well, but, we won't discover that for another 30 years.
Fuck you.
Whoa.
Why did he point at you when he drew an H on the wall, Benny?
I don't know. Maybe I sold him something once.
So
Who
you know
knows?
Dan. Oh, you know the man
I
in
don't
the
know the
white.
motherfucker. I ain't never seen this motherfucker in my life.
You
might have
sure?
told him something that starts with an H.
Yeah, maybe I did.
Considering
Maybe I
your-
didn't.
Considering your reputation, I would assume that that would be heroin, Benny.
Roll persuasion.
Me.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm bouncing you as well.
44. Man, look, it ain't none of your business what it is or what it isn't, alright?
It definitely is our business if it's what's keeping us in here and getting more of us killed.
Roll fast talk. I think you have a, yeah. What'd you roll?
Yeah, 62.
Alright, you're good. Yeah, it might be keeping us here, might have gotten me here. You know what? Look, alright, I did a little bit of H, a little bit of heroin, a little bit of coke, a little bit of weed. The fact that this motherfucker knows that I sell heroin, don't mean shit to me.
So you sell drugs, you push drugs, Benny.
The fuck, yes. Yes, I do.
To anyone indiscriminately.
I don't give a fuck. You got $5, you got $10, I'll sell you whatever the fuck you want. Women, money, drugs.
All right. Well, you know, I got $35 at home when this is all over. Says, you tell me why you think you will be here. There has to be some kind of reason why you're here, Benny. Very specific.
You already know the family that I roll with. Alright? We do some
Yeah,
shit
but
that's outside the
none
law.
of
You wanna know why somebody would want me dead? Make a fucking list.
understandable, but none of your family is here. You're here specifically.
I guess you gotta figure that out just as much as I do then.
Well,
Can I request a clock pause for an explanation?
What's up?
Because I'm confused about something.
Okay.
Okay. If something with the memories, like, if something is kind of relevant to a memory, I don't know how to word it. Something's relevant to one of my memories and I don't know how to do anything about it.
Is your memory card on the memory that you're confused about?
Let me look. Yes.
You can bring up, because you already know that he hasn't been to Louisiana. Like, y'all have already discussed that. So you can bring up any of the other things related to that memory that you want to ask about. Like, if it triggers something, like if somebody says, I wear scarves, and one of your fucking memories has something about somebody wearing scarves, then that triggers the memory. That makes sense?
Yeah. So if one of the words that has come up triggers this memory, which since you're looking at it, you know which word it is.
Mm-hmm.
I can just be like, hey, did you ever such and such. I don't know how
Yeah,
to
it's
say
like
it.
in it's like if you were just like actually just casually talking to somebody and someone was like, I watched fucking, I don't know, some horror movie the other day. Like, oh, you like horror movies? Do you like fucking Saw? It's
Yeah.
if you can make the connection, then you can bring it up. So yeah, that would be fine.
Okay. I might sit on it for a minute while I try to figure out. Unless I'm going to get shot next, then it doesn't matter. But
All right, we good?
no. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to ask, actually.
All right.
Okay. So, Benny, you sell heroin, huh? You've ever met a woman named Tara Collins?
I've met a lot of goddamn people. You're gonna have to give me something else. Something, I don't know names, man. You think I ask everybody their names when they buy shit from me?
She was a singer from New York. her drug problem caused her to ruin her career.
She got thrown out of a club in Louisiana, didn't she? I remember writing about that.
She sure did. It was a club I worked at.
Really?
Yep.
Roll persuasion to get Benny to answer your question.
Let's see what
26.
that says.
26. And yours is 10, I think.
10.
Yeah. Look, I sell age to a lot of people. I sell weed to a lot of people. I sell a lot of stuff to a lot of people. Like I said, you gotta give me something. Give me something.
Oh, come on, Benny. Everybody knows Tara Collins.
I heard her. I've heard her voice. That don't mean
Yeah?
I sold shit to her.
Hmm.
You ask me if I sell something to somebody, I'll tell you. At this point, fuck it. Whatever. We got 2 fucking dead motherfuckers over here. And a big fat H on the wall. What does that give us? Nothing. What do you want?
Well, the night that she was thrown out of the club I worked at, she accused her manager of stealing the money and heroin.
That sounds like her manager's fucking problem.
Does she owe you money, Benny? Did she pay for that heroin up front?
A lot of people owe me a lot of money. I don't remember nobody named Tara owing me no money.
Mr. Private Eye, what have you got to add to this?
I know nothing about, that lady's death. But,
She dead?
I don't know.
When did she die?
I thought I heard that she killed herself.
That's news to me. I thought she'd just sunk back into the shadows.
Well, I guess I misheard Aaron, her character, misspeak earlier because I thought something about overdosing, off of drugs. But I guess that's my bad.
She was too high to function.
Oh.
You know something you're not telling us, Gary?
I'm speaking out of character right now. I misheard something.
Oh, okay. All right. I was checking. Cool.
Yeah. So he knows nothing of the situation.
Okay. Cool.
I guess he knows of her and that she had a drug problem, but that's about it.
All right. Cool.
My goodness. So surely it doesn't all have to do with her and her issues.
I know we're spending a lot of time on Benny here. Abigail, Willow, you two haven't really discussed any information on why you might be here.
I honestly can't think of anything that I've done so bad as to put me
The
here.
door swings open and the man in the mask walks in. He stands in the center of the room beneath the light.
Why are you here?
I don't know. Is it the kid that I fucked up when I was in high school and accidentally murdered his fucking dog?
The man in the mask looks
What?
to the ground for a moment. He points the gun to the ceiling, pulls back the hammer, and points the gun to Willow.
Oh, yep, I'm
The
dead.
gun goes off and her body slumps to the floor. The man in the mask turns around and walks toward the door. The door slams behind him and the clock begins ticking again. Abigail and Gary roll for a sanity check.
I roll a dead check.
Ooh,
17.
89.
89. Do 1d4 damage against your sanity. Andrew, you're good.
Hold on while I break the
I know.
table.
Naturally.
Two.
sheet. 1, 2. Nope, wrong thing. Sanity. 1, 2. Okay.
Have you a ghost?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, you can talk to directly to Andrew and Aaron about what's being discussed. Like if you realize something, but you can't mention anything that's on your memory sheet that hasn't already been discussed.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and the timer starts now.
So much for getting information out of her.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
two knew something. Talk
You
about this
knew
Tara.
something.
How the fuck
What?
you both know the same
Who?
person?
What do you mean? How do we both know the same person? She was a performer. My job was to write about the art.
She mentioned having a club that she worked at, and you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
writing about her, and that she has something to do with her drugs and not being able to perform or something. Y'all two know a bit more about each other than you letting on. I think y'all know something about this chick.
About Tara Collins, the performer that toured the country. Yes, we know of her and her issues with heroin that you sell. That happens to be a common thread, Benny. You also mentioned that you sold guns. What kind of guns?
Roll persuasion.
Oof,
I don't even remember what your fucking. What was it?
not that high.
Persuasion. Oh no, you're 10, right? Yeah. I sell guns. All right. It don't matter what kind of gun. I sell guns.
All right, guns. You sell for your family that they use to do all sorts of illicit things, intimidate folks, rob them.
I probably scared somebody. Someone else probably got
Just
scared because of a gun they brought from me. Makes sense.
just to scare people.
Hey, look, what somebody does with what they buy from me is none of my business. I sell you
Right.
something, you go fucking do whatever the hell you want with it.
Right. What else does this family of yours do, Benny? Do they kidnap folks for ransom?
I never kidnapped no damn body.
Never, huh?
Look, I'll rough some people up for some money. I never kidnapped nobody, though. I don't need to kidnap nobody. I'll just walk into your house, beat the shit out of you. The fuck do I look like?
I'm gonna speak from the beyond. Maybe somebody should focus on why deaf guy knows Benny. Anybody?
I'm gonna
Wanna
roll
ask him?
persuasion on Benny and just be like, look, man, clearly you knew the deaf guy. Spill the beans, you big fuck.
Spill the beans, Benny! The beans!
37.
Alright. Alright, he looks like the type of person that might have come my way. I don't know him.
You're not.
I don't know the motherfucker's name. I don't know where the motherfucker lives. He looks like the type of person that would have come to me looking for something. If that H means heroin, then it was probably fucking heroin.
What the fuck else could the H mean?
Fucking hamburgers. I don't know, man. Shit.
Ah, there's more. You know more than you're letting on, Benny. Like, I understand that you don't want to talk or spill the beans, but
That's all I got.
you know,
I don't know. I do not know this man. He looks like somebody that might have come to me. If he did come to me and he wrote that H on the wall, probably means he bought heroin from me. I sell drugs and guns and women all day long. You know how many motherfuckers I see? I don't remember everybody's face.
hey, maybe he's calling you out for being a homosexual.
You gonna get these boots.
Yeah, you're probably gonna get a gun to the head before you can ever give me the boots, Benny.
Yeah, we're gonna find out in about 5 minutes. I will watch you die.
You know, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm a piece of shit anyways, Benny. At least I'm willing to answer for my misdeeds.
I ain't never done nothing I didn't have to.
Now you done a lot that you didn't have to.
What about you? I ain't never heard nothing about you. You keep going on and on about, oh, I hurt somebody. Grow the fuck up. Who the fuck did you hurt? Who the fuck did you kill? What pig shit did you get into?
You call pig shit? I already told you earlier that, you know, I could have stopped a woman from being raped and beaten to the point that she died in the hospital and find out later that it was my superior who the fuck did it. See, I'm already giving information, Benny. You just need to fucking listen.
What's her name? What's his name? People getting raped and killed all day long.
Well, I don't know her name. I don't know her name anymore. But if you want his name, I don't fucking know his name either.
You don't know your superior's name?
It just says, in my memories, it just says that he's the superior. The only person's name that I remember from the Chicago police force is Dan Hartway. He's the chief.
Okay. Well, that would probably be your superior.
You can, as a rookie, you're gonna have more superiors than just the police chief. Like you got the sergeant and shit. Or did you pause? Or did you start?
I just started it again.
Alright, look, Benny. Like I told you about the fucking rape victim. There's a woman who was pregnant, and I pulled her over for speeding. I ended up calling an ambulance, and shortly later, the baby was born suffering from complications, and the mother died during the birth. I could have saved her life if I would have just turned on my red and blue lights and taken her to the hospital myself. You want to know more about me, Benny? You know, I almost beat a man to a very inch of his fucking life because my wife was cheating on me with him. I caught them in the act. You know? I could have saved a potential jumper's life. You know, she jumped off when I was going to negotiate with her because I was too busy beforehand, drunk, calling my girlfriend. You know? You know, another thing that fucking happened that somebody could be mad about me, Benny, is that I got into a fight at a bowling alley, and in the scuffle, a man got pushed over, he fell, and he hit his head on a return ball and gashed his fucking head. Or the ball returned, he gashed his fucking scalp open. I don't even know if he died. For all I know, the man here could be the man that happened to. Or, you know, my most fucked up memory that'll I'll never get rid of is the fact that I took a cherry bomb and I thought it would be fun to blow up a fucking bird bath, and right as I was setting it off to happen, the mother and her son let the dog outside, and the dog jumped in the bird bath and it blew its fucking face off in front of the kid. You know that type of shit haunts you, Benny, when you have a fucking soul.
You let him kill 2 dogs?
That was the same thing.
Oh, okay.
That was accidental. That wasn't intentional hurts. That was in reaction to other things that had happened, and poor timing on that poor dog's whole situation.
I killed that dog.
I've gone and sought out trouble, you know that.
There's no way I can get around the fact that I killed that dog. I blew that dog's fucking face off, and I'm never gonna forget that kid's face. Marcus Redmond, whatever the fuck his last name is.
Forget his
Marcus
face, don't
Redmond.
forget his name.
Marcus Redmond. I'll never forget. And he'll probably never forget me.
Well, we got about 30 seconds to find out if it is him, huh? Because I don't know what goddamn Marcus Redmond. So why the fuck am I here?
I don't know. The only other person that I think that it could be is the fucking man that I caught, having homosexual relations who blew his fucking brains out. Maybe Otis. Could be Otis Goldsmith for all I fucking know. You know how many people's lives I fucked up, Benny?
Door swings open and the man in the mask walks in. He stands beneath the light in the center of the room and asks,
Why are you here?
I don't know. Maybe you're Marcus fucking, or you're Otis Goldman, Marcus fucking Redmond, whatever the fuck the name is. I don't know anymore, man. I'm going through everything here, and I just don't know.
I am not Marcus Redmond.
You're Otis
the man lifts the gun to
Goldman?
the ceiling and pulls back the hammer.
I don't know. Are you Otis Goldsmith? I don't fucking know, man.
I am not Otis Goldsmith.
He points the gun at Gary's head and pulls the trigger. Gary's head, blood splatter against the wall. His body limps down, and his arm dangles from his shackle.
You dead, Gary?
I know.
The man in the mask turns around, grabs the handle of the door, slams it shut, and the clock begins ticking again.
we take a
Roll
pause,
sanity
right?
check.
Yeah. Four.
What was your...
I cheated your
63.
system, Tommy.
Okay, you're good.
I knew you were gonna kill me next. I had this feeling it was coming, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw all my fucking memories out there.
I gave you the opportunity to, but yeah, you can go ahead and we'll take a break.
I'll be right back.
But yeah, no, that's why I gave you the opportunity to throw everything out.
But he was not as aggressive as Gary's.
Okay.
No.
Yelled all the terrible things he did and then got shot.
Hey,
Yep.
I was just trying to help you guys out. So, really quick, just to recap, and Tommy and I were just discussing what can be discussed and what can't be discussed. So I mentioned the whole, rape thing with the superior, and then the woman died. And then I mentioned that, there was a woman that I pulled over for speeding, and she was pregnant, and I needed to get to the hospital. I called an ambulance rather than taking her myself, and then later on she died due to complications. And then I mentioned that I caught my girlfriend cheating, and I beat the dude to an inch of his fucking life. And then I mentioned, my police chief, and then I mentioned that, there was a woman that I was supposed to negotiate with because she was a potential jumper, but I was drunk and, called my wife, girlfriend beforehand and ended up wasting too much time. And then there's the memory that I mentioned, in the bowling alley where there was a scuffle. During the scuffle, dude got knocked over, hit his head on the ball return, gashed his fucking head open, and I don't know what happened to him. And then, the cherry bomb, the kid coming outside and seeing the dog's face fucking blown off. And then last but not least, I caught a dude having homosexual relations with a dude, and dude, blew his brains out.
Okay.
Just to recap over everything that I was trying to get out before I died so that I could discuss it, at least in a little bit of detail.
Alright.
Alright, so I took all of your envelopes. I'm probably going to need them here in a second, so just letting you know.
Okie dokie.
Alright,
Was
and
that
timer starts now.
Benny, you ever been privy to someone's secrets, their actions that they'd rather not have get out to the public, besides your own?
Man, I know a lot of secrets. I got a lot of secrets on a lot of people in my family. Secrets are essential.
This is true. You ever let them leak out to anybody?
I never
I
told
ain't saying
nobody
you
no.
got to tell me what it is, but just have you ever just told a story that was too juicy?
I never said nothing to nobody about a secret. They told me if I learn something, it stays between me and them.
Is he telling the truth?
I mean,
Can I roll for insight or?
well, there really isn't an insight. I mean, you can roll persuasion to be sure.
I'll do that. Benny, we got less than 10 minutes before another one of us dies. You can be honest with me now.
What'd you get?
That's a 68.
68. I think your persuasion is default 10. Go, persuade 10, yeah. Look, you ain't gotta believe me, but it is what it is. I ain't never told nobody nothing. You said you were some
just
kind
had
of
to be sure.
journalist.
Exactly, and I just got to be sure because I've written about so much that's put people in worse positions than what they were before. I've testified against the man that attempted to rape one of the friends I had in my younger days. I've written a rather scathing article about the mayor of my hometown who was doing some rather under the table deals to better his own position, got him booted out of his position, and of course there was the whole Tara Collins thing where
What the
I
fuck was that? You and
covered
her,
her.
y'all, that was the one goddamn thing we got out of all this, is you and her was talking about this Tara. Tell me your story about this Tara chick. I don't know, I don't know the fucking girl, but fuck, tell me something.
I mean, what do you want me to tell you? She was a performer that got her hands on drugs that absolutely fucked her up and ruined her career. I'd like to say before I even got my hands on writing an article about the whole situation.
So all you did was just write a story about it.
That's right. Granted, it was a story that got national coverage, and, well, you know, once people know that you're an artist that can't hardly get yourself from one place to another, let alone put on an actual performance worth seeing, well, it all goes down the tubes from there, doesn't it?
Yeah, that sounds like some media shit. Fucking point something out of somebody's lives, drag it through the fucking mud, make everybody pay attention to it. Yeah, that sounds like some shit.
It's
Wow.
what gets readers. The people want what they want.
Am I allowed to bring up, since that was the only memory that I'd said anything about, am I allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, as long as it was information that you talked about while you were alive.
Well, I mentioned that she had said that when she was at my club, that her manager had stolen money and heroin from her.
Mm-hmm.
Was trying to figure out if Benny had any connection to that.
Benny, you're awful defensive when I bring up this Tara woman. You really don't have a clue who she is?
I've heard the name. I don't know personally Tara. I don't. I have nobody in my life named Tara. If somebody named Tara bought something from me, that's possible. But I mean, fuck,
Mhm.
there's probably 74 Georges out there walking around with some shit that I sold them, you know? It's not.
It's a good point. It's a good point, but you wouldn't know anyone necessarily connected to her. And yeah, I mean, sure, odds are that you know someone connected to her, whether you know it or not. But nobody that you sold to mentioned her. No one that's perhaps connected to her who could get
Roll
those
psychology.
drugs to her.
Roll a
Yes, please.
psychology check.
Yes, please.
63. Look, if somebody was connected to her that came to me, that's possible, I guess. But I mean, fuck, that's anything's possible, dude. Like, you asking me about possibilities? Well, fuck, this whole goddamn building could collapse right now. That's fucking possible. You know, well, fuck. What do you want from me? We're
Might
talking
be
about
a better way to go.
possibilities.
Jeez. Well, I'm just trying to think of, again, all the possibilities for what could have brought us here, Benny. I don't know what else any of us could have done that would have put us in some messed up prison for some masked psychopath to come in and shoot us at 10-minute intervals.
Roll intimidate.
Very intimidating.
Trying to scare the man.
Oh,
43. Absolutely
43. No.
not. I think you failed every
no.
single roll you've made tonight.
I got a fast talk,
True.
which isn't saying much because that's a 70. I don't have to roll too low to beat that.
And she passed on their second
My
sanity.
first sanity.
First sanity.
I mean, look, we got a dead cop who let some people die. We got a dead nurse. We got a deaf man with an H. Got some club person. I don't even know what the fuck. And then you're a journalist. And you already know me. Like, I don't know. You're the fucking one. You're the one who puts this shit together. You're the one who writes the stories. Tell me a story. How does this work?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. It's I just I don't know. We've all fucked up in some way or another. We're human. It's what we do.
Well, something me and you did. Something me and you, we did something that got us here. These motherfuckers had something to do with it. So what the fuck? Alright.
I reveal secrets that people want hidden, Benny. I don't know what you want me to say. I write the stories so people know what's going on.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. You know, it'll all be revealed to me when you get fucking shot and there's nobody else. And I'll just be here alone with a gun in my face to, I don't know, confess every sin that I've ever had happen in my life. I don't know, sabotaged coworkers. I've sabotaged myself, apparently, because I don't know.
I guess I don't either. In about 5 seconds, one of us is gonna be dead. And we ain't never gonna finish
It was
this
nice
shit.
knowing you, Benny.
The door swings
Nice
open and the
knowing
man in the mask walks in. He stands in the center of the room beneath the light. He asks you, "Why are you here?"
We fucked up. We absolutely fucked up.
The man in the mask points the gun to the ceiling and pulls back the hammer. He points the gun toward Benny. "Nah, you motherfucker, I knew that this shit was gonna go," and he pulls the trigger. Benny's brains splatter against the wall behind him. He slumps to the floor, his arms still stuck in the shackle that binds him.
Yep.
Well, 10 more minutes and you're dead.
Alright, hang on, give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
Alright, so I will give you the option as why is he upside down?
No idea.
I'll give you the option of if you want to take the 10 minutes to try to figure it out, or we can skip to the end of the round.
I am at a loss, and I've had a few minutes to think it over anyway, so we can skip ahead because it's just gonna be me saying "what the fuck" for 10 minutes.
All right. Hang on, we'll do this. Hang on. Wait, I gotta actually do this. All right. But there we go. The door swings open and the man in the mask walks in. He stands in the center of the room. He stares directly at Abigail and asks,
Why are you here?
Somebody hates me.
the man looks
That's
to
all
the
I
floor.
got.
He stares deep into the ground. He pauses for a long time. He seems like he's thinking, and time seems like it's passing by slowly. He looks back up directly at Abigail. You can see the mist in his eyes as he raises his gun to your head. The gun goes off. Abigail drops to the floor dead. Her blood leaks into the stone and the dirt-covered floor, and the last image she can make out was the blurry sight of boots walking toward her. Give me a second. I need to hand these out. This is yours. Do not take that out. Put that back.
I am not looking at it. Thank you.
That could have gone smoothly, but it didn't. Andrew, that's yours. And that one's yours. There's a card in there. Read it to yourself, but do not read it out loud.
How do you take it out?
You just drag quickly.
Okay.
One by one, you wake up in a room. It is so dark you can't even make out the silhouette of your hand in front of your face. The ground is cold and gritty. It feels like dirt rubbing against stone. A male voice lets out, "Where the fuck am I?" The voice of a female responds in fear with, "Who's that? What do you want from me?"
We start over?
What the fuck? Oh. All right. What's going on? Hello?
Who the
There.
fuck is that?
Who the fuck are you?
Hey, none of your goddamn business who I am.
Yeah, then why the fuck do you ask who I was?
Cause you put me in this goddamn room!
He didn't
I
put
put
you
you
here.
here? I put you here? No, you put me here, motherfucker.
None of us put each other here. Will you shut up?
How do you know that?
Let me ask you, are you attached to a pole?
You see, stumbles, looks around, feels. Yeah, I feel a pull. There's a chain
I
connected to
feel
my
a
arm.
pull, too. Who's there?
Hello?
Tell me your names.
This is Abigail.
I'm
Who's
Gary.
Abigail?
My name is Linnell. Where the fuck are we?
All right. Need everyone to be calm. I know
Yeah,
that's asking a lot. I know that's asking an awful lot. But just trust me on this. Now, we're in a room that's dark, and we're all here for a reason. We need to figure out what that reason is.
Do you know that we're here for a reason? It could just be some crazy
I just
psychopath.
do. Just trust me, all right? Here in a minute, there's a door that's going to open, there's a light that's going to come on, and there's going to be this weird-ass man that's going to come in here and threaten our lives.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about?
You seem to know an awful lot about this man, for someone who claims to not have put us here.
Yeah,
this
maybe
this just
you
sounds like
put
a
us
straight
here.
up setup, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, maybe you put us here.
I certainly did not.
Then how do you know
But
so
you
much?
won't believe me. It's totally fine. You won't believe me, Dickie boy. You don't believe anything unless you see it for your own eyes. I understand that.
If you know something, you need to tell us right now.
Miss Linnell, you're a nurse, aren't you?
How would you know that?
I've seen this all happen already.
What are you Wait, is that you said your name is Abigail. Is that actually Abigail?
That's Abigail with the shovel. Yes, sir, it is, Dickie boy.
Okay. She didn't put us here.
How do you two know each other? How do you know who she is?
Willow, you remember the fish faces?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
Wait,
your
am I supposed-
Really?
your character remembers that part. You just don't remember the last game.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I've thrown myself off. So yeah, I remember the fish faces. I don't have an in-character response. My bad.
All right.
Does that
Now-
mean that's Gary? We had to save his ass so many times?
Yeah, well, we all gotta save each other again.
Well, I'm sober right now.
That might be helpful this time. We need you to think, Dickie boy, about
The door
what.
swings open and a man in a mask walks in. He's wearing a gray button-up shirt, black slacks, and a featureless mask that covers everything in his face, except for the whites of his eyes. He stands in the center of the room. He looks around at everybody and says,
You have all been brought here because you deserve to have been brought here. Each one of you played a critical role in a series of events that you must pay for. Today I will play my own critical role in a series of events that I will inevitably pay for. I have shackled you here so that you may discover the events that occurred based on the roles you've played. Above my head is a clock. When I leave this room, that clock will start, and every 10 minutes I will return. If you have not discovered why you are here, then one of you will die. Every 10 minutes I will return and kill another one of you until you discover why you are here, or you are all unable to do so. If you do happen to find out why you are here, then you will be granted your freedom.
the tall man in the brown suit lunges at the man in the mask. His hand falls short just of grabbing him. Motherfucker, I don't know who you are, and clearly you don't know who I am, but I will fucking kill you, and this bitch knows something. The man in the mask
Benny,
turns to
chill
the
out.
man in the brown suit and says,
I know very well who you are. Maybe the reason why you are here is because you don't know who I am.
The man in the mask turns to Abigail. He stares deep in her eyes. You can just make out the shift of the face beneath the mask, and you're pretty sure he's smiling. He walks toward Abigail and says,
Welcome back.
The man in the mask turns around toward the door. He places his hand on the knob, looks to the room, then points to the clock above his head.
You have 10 minutes. I sincerely hope you discover why you are here.
The man in the mask shuts the door, and the seconds on the clock begins ticking up.
All right. Well, at this point, Gary is just gonna be like, all right, everybody, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, Abigail. What the fuck is going on?
So apparently we've all played a role in some terrible something that has brought us here. We've either pissed off the wrong people, or we've caused the downfall of somebody near and dear to this person who's killing us, but he will kill one of us every 10 minutes until we give him the right answer of why we're here.
You've already gone through this.
Yeah.
What happened last time?
What happened last time is we spent the first 10 minutes arguing with Mr. Umberto Benny Mariani over
How the
here.
fuck you know me?
I've been through this already, Benny. Fucking listen.
Nah, this shit don't seem right. This sounds like a straight setup to me.
Benny, shut the fuck up!
Look, can somebody please just explain to me what the fuck is going on? Because I don't, like, who are you people?
So Abigail's gonna scramble around by her pole and see if she can find a rock, preferably two. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are they within my reach?
Yep. Not even gonna make you roll for it.
Do I need to? Okay.
Oh, nice.
You are or aren't?
No.
Oh, sweet. All right. Then with the two that I find, I would like to chuck one at Benny's head and then underhand one over to the kid in the white shirt.
Why are you throwing rocks at these guys?
Roll.
One is in an attempt to shut him up. Hmm? What am I rolling?
Roll strength.
I am not a strong person. But I'll just poke the bear. That's fine. Let's do it.
28, fantastic.
All right.
You lob the rock over at Benny's head, you hit him in the eye. Motherfucking bitch!
What up, Benny? You are running our clock down in 7.5 minutes. He's gonna be back in here, and I am gonna beg him to shoot you first so we can actually learn something this time.
All right. Abigail, who was the first to be shot last time?
The first one he shot last time was Miss Linnell.
All right, Linnell, you need to start spilling the beans.
I live in Louisiana. I'm a nurse. I help people. I go to church on Sunday. What do you want to know?
Abigail, this is probably better if you just head the investigation, since you already know what happened last time.
All right. I hate to get us down this rabbit hole again, Miss Linnell. Do you know anything about a Miss Tara Collins?
I can't say I do. I mean, I know she's a singer.
All right. You say you are from Louisiana. Are you?
I work at the New
Willow,
Orleans Hospital.
New Orleans Hospital. All right. Willow, what is the club that you worked at down there that Miss Tara Collins got booted out of?
I don't think it was given a name. I'm gonna call it.
Just call
Fuck.
it Willow's Club.
What?
Just call it Willow's Club.
All right, we'll call it Willow's Club.
Miss
Willow's
Linnell,
Club.
are you familiar with Willow's Club?
I see it on my walk to work. I've never been in.
All right. Oh, this is so difficult. And Benny's never been to Louisiana. Linnell, have you ever been to New Jersey?
I've only ever known Louisiana.
Okay. All right. Where did you study for your nursing degree?
Local college, community college in Shreveport.
All right.
I was born in Slidell, if that
boy,
helps.
maybe.
Huh?
I'm sorry. What?
I was born in Slidell, if that helps.
Slidell. All right. Dicky boy, you're more familiar with this. You're a private investigator. Just ask some general questions, and I'll try to listen along to perhaps see if anything brings any help.
Have you ever done anything bad, Linnell?
A
Like,
couple
have you ever
speeding
hurt somebody?
tickets. I maybe giving him like a shot. I may have hurt somebody doing that. I don't. Not
Killed
intentionally
anybody?
though.
Have you killed anybody?
I ain't never killed nobody.
Well, what can you think of any reason why you would be in a place like this?
No,
Come on, Linnell, we don't have time.
I don't have. I got some angry ex-boyfriends. They don't. I ain't heard from them in
Come on,
years
Linnell.
though. I don't.
She said that you died first last time. If this has happened in the same chain of events again, you're gonna be the first one to die. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm hoping that will light a fire under your ass to think
I don't
you
know.
have 4.5 minutes, Linnell.
Abigail, roll an intelligence check. What'd you get? 98. Never mind. Or 89. Okay. Still, never mind. I don't know. I wake up in the morning. I go to work at the hospital. I walk. I go to church on Sunday. I don't know.
Have you ever seen anything that you've never told anyone about? Maybe something that someone else did that was bad?
Something you might have kept your mouth shut about?
Gary, roll persuasion. $22.
22.
Well, I was going
Mom.
home from work one day, and there was this woman laying in the street somewhere around that club you were mentioning earlier. And I went to go over there to help her, and some big guy told me to fuck off. I was wearing my nurse uniform. It was clear that I worked for the hospital. I just wanted to help her, and he told me to leave, so I left her. I mean, she didn't look
Big
too
like
hurt.
Benny?
She just... Sorry, what?
Big like Benny?
Stocky. Benny,
Wait.
he's skinny. This man was stocky. He was big.
Wait. Was the woman... Did you take her to the hospital?
Gary! Yeah.
No,
Was the woman Tara Collins? Have you ever seen Tara Collins?
no, I've never seen her. I've only heard her voice.
Where exactly did you see her laying?
Right off the sidewalk, right off the back of this one building.
Was it my club?
I'm not really sure. I guess it could have been.
Because one night, Tara Collins, who Abigail mentioned before, was supposed to play at my club. And she showed up late. And then...
What was she wearing?
I heard... I don't know.
I'm asking Linnell.
Screaming. Oh.
I don't really remember exactly what she was wearing that night.
It doesn't matter what she was wearing. She was yelling at her manager and band. She accused them of stealing money and drugs from her. Heroin, maybe? I had my security throw her out into the alleyway and we locked the door, and that was the last I heard of her.
It could have been it. I don't know. I mean, they told me to... I went to go help. I tried to help. And then someone told me to leave, and I left.
You did what you could. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, do you know what the you said it was a muscular man?
Yeah, he was just a large man. I don't know. Yeah, he was just a big guy.
You know what type of haircut he had?
Slick back, kind of short.
Like a high and tight haircut?
No, I wouldn't call it the high and tight. That's the military haircut, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like that.
Okay.
When did the timer stop?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
So you don't know if it was Tara.
No,
don't know
I
if it
guess
was
I've never.
outside of
I've
my
only heard
club.
the voice. I don't know. I don't really. I know the name. I know the voice. I don't know what she looks like.
all right. Well,
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Linnell. I wish we had more time.
I mean, I don't know what else. What else do you want from me?
We're just
you've
trying to
given us
figure out
an
where you
awful lot. It's tough to put all this together. Believe me.
The door swings
now-
open and the man in the mask walks in. He stands in the center of the room beneath the light.
Why are you here?
We all contributed some way to the death of Tara Collins.
The man in the mask looks at you for a moment. He raises his gun in the air and points it toward the ceiling. He pulls back the hammer and points it toward Linnell.
No, you don't have to do. She's
I didn't do
innocent.
nothing. Why did I do? He
She's
pulls the trigger.
innocent.
The gun goes off. Her brains splatter against the wall behind her and she falls to the floor, her arm dangling from the shackle that binds her to the pole. He looks back over at Abigail.
You're getting closer. But you are not all here for what you think.
He turns around, puts his hand on the doorknob, shuts the door, and the clock begins ticking again. Everybody do a sanity check. Also, Aaron, did you see that message I sent you before we started?
No.
35.
48.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I'll do that in two seconds. Ignore what that roll is until then.
Alright, so you passed the sanity
pre-rolled.
check. Now roll one of those.
Supposedly.
Yeah, you passed the sanity check. Just roll one of those.
There we go. Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Did I pass? I
What'd
moved
you
my
get?
dice, but I had 35.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Does my sanity from the round before roll over?
Yeah.
Like, does it stay at what it was, which is 46?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you're at 46, Gary's at 50, and Abigail's at 62.
All right.
Okay.
Alright, so ready for the next round?
Yep.
Timer starts.
Okay, so
Yo,
Kid
what
in
the
the white
fuck?
shirt.
Alright, I thought this was a fucking setup. What the fuck is going on?
I'm telling you, I've already lived this once. It's a whole absolute just clusterfluff of we're here for some reason and apparently we
dies
deserve to the kid in the white shirt. I'm not sure. We didn't catch his name. He's deaf. That's why I tried to toss a rock at him before to get his attention, and then the whole thing with Benny, that was poorly planned to try to throw them both at the same time. we need to see. Oh, hey, hold on. I'm losing power.
Oh, I'll pause.
Okay.
You good?
Yep.
Okay. And timer starts.
I'm gonna gently toss a pebble at the deaf kid. Get his attention. Poor Abigail.
The pebble hits him in the arm, and it lands in front of him. He's holding it in his hand, and he looks over at you. And he looks over at Abigail, confused.
And Abigail's gonna like tap at the wall and mime like she's writing, and I guess try to mouth the word clearly, name, and point at him.
The man looks at you for a moment. His eyes get wide. He nods and then turns around toward the wall. He writes the name, Daniel.
Okay. And when he's looking back at me, I'm gonna again try to mouth clearly, why are you here? And just like look really confused.
Alright, pausing the time. This is the point where we need the whiteboards. So, since you're trying to talk to Daniel, he can only talk to you. So, I'm glad you figured this out, by the way. He can only talk to you by writing on the wall with the rock. So if you want to talk to him, you can try to mouth things to him, but I'm probably going to make you start rolling for that. But if you want to write something on the wall, you're not going to have to roll for it. But the timer's not going to stop while you're writing.
Right. Of course. Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Timer starts.
All right. So, let's see if I can figure out how to do this quickly enough.
I am writing, do you know us? To Daniel.
Oh, cool. My thing isn't writing on my,
Oh, that's my fault. I forgot to lock it. That was my bad.
Oh.
Daniel looks over at Willow and scans the room around. His eyes go over to Benny. And then he... Fucking load. And then his jaw opens up a little bit. He points to Benny and then turns around. He begins scratching on the wall.
Heroin.
You saying Benny? Well, I guess he can't fucking.
Daniel taps on the wall where he wrote the word heroin and points to Benny. Yeah, maybe how the fuck you know about me and some fucking heroin?
I have this.
Did
he
you
sold it
happen
to
to
you.
sell it to him, Benny?
I asked Daniel the same question.
Daniel looks over at Abigail. Oh, okay, I see what you wrote there. Daniel looks over at the both of you, and then he nods and looks over at Benny.
Racing takes way too much time. It's annoying. I'm gonna ask Benny what he knows about selling heroin to Daniel here. Benny, what do you know about selling heroin to Daniel?
You just oh, you're asking Benny. Roll
Yeah.
persuasion.
Oh, I have an eraser. How do I get my clicky back? Okay, found it. Never mind. Fuck. Fucking.
And Aaron is asking Daniel, where is he from?
Daniel writes on the wall.
Okay.
Oh shit.
You keep going with your line over there, Willow, and I'm gonna keep on jumping.
Willow, what did you roll? I don't know where your die are. 25. And you were asking Benny if he sold to him?
Yes.
Man, he says I have. I don't recognize this motherfucker.
Did Daniel
Benny
answer
looks
where
over
he's
at Andrew
from?
scratching, and he raises his hand and knocks it back and forth in a unsure way. So he's saying sort of.
Okay.
It appears that Abigail is asking, where did you buy?
Okay. That checks out. That checks out. Sit.
I'm asking a question to Daniel.
I'm watching.
What do there?
Are you asking what he does? Or
No,
what he was
what
doing
was
there?
he doing in what was he doing in New Jersey? Can't read what you're writing and erase at the same time. This is stressful and taking up too much time.
Band manager.
Oh, really?
What band? Oh God, somebody write what band before we run.
I'm on it.
I guess that answers my question too.
What?
I was just asking what he did for work.
What band? That's what I scratched. So did she. We both did it on the wall. Mine is way worse than hers.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
were
he
done.
just said many.
Did I say Manny? Out of character question, does that say Manny?
Minnie.
Minnie.
I see what Abigail is writing.
Did you? Did you? Did you steal? Did you steal, Daniel?
Daniel shakes his head no.
Abigail, scratch. Never mind. Damn it. Why is mine not erasing? This is bullshit.
Zoom in closer to it.
Well, then I can't get the camera angle right. Okay, fuck it.
Daniel sees what Abigail is writing and nods his head yes.
I wrote accused. I don't know what Abigail's writing.
I asked if he bought 4 bands.
Okay.
She nodded yes to you. You got 55 seconds.
Were you accused of stealing the heroin?
I mean, he obviously was. If she accused of stealing it,
Well,
he may have just been buying it for her, and she was too high out of her mind to say otherwise. I don't know. Y'all got anything else? I'm at a loss here. This is more than what we had, and it still all points to freaking Tara Collins.
I mean, she yelled at him at my club and accused him of stealing.
The door swings open and the man in the mask walks in. He stands in the center of the room beneath the light. He looks around the room.
Why are you here?
inability to fucking function.
Because Benny gave Daniel drugs that he gave Tara that hurt her.
The man in the mask looks to the floor for a moment. He raises his gun to the ceiling and pulls back the hammer. He points the gun at Daniel. Daniel's eyes get wide and he puts up one hand. The gun goes off. Daniel's blood splatters against the wall behind him and he falls to the floor. The man in the mask turns toward the door, walks out, slams the door behind him, and the clock begins ticking again. Everybody roll a sanity check.
Fuck.
I can't get my stupid dice in my stupid square. Okay. Oh,
Dude.
God damn it.
Andrew, you rolled a 29. Oh, you rolled a 92. That's okay.
Yep, I rolled a 92 and I took 2 hits of damage.
Oof.
Rolled a 5.
Nice.
All right.
Or a 500. I don't know what 00 means.
66 for Abigail.
Yeah, you got a 5.
Yep. And Abigail, you got to take. You rolled a 66 and you're. So you got to roll some damage.
That's the D4, yeah?
Yeah.
1.
Nice.
Like
Getting lucky
that
with them
powder.
1 rolls.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, now that Daniel is dead, we don't need these anymore, so I'm going to move this back out of the way for the moment. And put this back. And everybody ready?
Yep.
Yes.
And timer starts.
All right, Abigail. Are we any further than we were last time?
We are. We didn't even get to talk to Daniel last time. So the information that he's the manager for Tara Collins, or was at the time, I suppose, is new information. So we've got Ms. Linnell, who was the nurse who attempted to help her, but got told to go away. We have Daniel, who was her manager, who procured heroin from Benny for her. They both enabled her use, whether it was direct or indirect. We've got Willow, whose establishment threw her out into the alley. I wrote a story about her rising to the level that she was, and then kind of made it a sensational piece of, well, drug abuse and kind of the ruination there, and I don't think she got to work anymore after that. So Dickie boy, what do you have to do with this, do you think?
Before Gary answers, what's interesting about Daniel, he said he was the manager of Tara, but I spoke to the manager of Tara when she was supposed to play at my club. Her manager could speak and could hear. He smelled a little bit like vodka, like he'd been, partaking a little bit before, but he could speak. And Daniel's deaf. If he is truly the manager of Tara, something had to have happened to make him be deaf now.
Well, you also said you spoke to the manager. Does he not look like the manager?
I am fuzzy on if I remember seeing him or not.
How would you have spoken to him at your club and not remembered?
Oh, no, I had seen him. Now that I think about it, he does look familiar, like he was the same man I spoke to. It's coming back to me now.
And that was a while previous. Surely something could have happened, and just because he didn't speak doesn't necessarily mean couldn't. Isn't it that when people go deaf, they perhaps don't speak for fear of not knowing how they sound? not being clear. Anyway,
Yeah, what? I don't know.
Dicky
Well, it
boy.
sounds like y'all pretty much got this shit figured out. Why the fuck is he here? Let's talk about that shit so I can get the fuck out this room. This motherfucker's gonna come back in here. I'm not about to get got.
You've still got a while, Benny. Calm down.
You got a while. We'll see about that.
Well, Benny, what do you know about selling him drugs and
I
the
probably
man
fucking did.
that the
Man,
nurse saw?
look, I've sold a lot of shit to a lot of people. If he says I sold him heroin, I probably fucking did. I mean, I killed nobody.
Yeah, I know you haven't killed anybody, but I also know that you've gotten tried for basically attempted manslaughter of hiring other people, but you were acquitted because of your family.
I wouldn't worry about my past. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. It says so in the court. It says so now.
Your past is the whole reason that you're here. Your past is the whole reason that we're here, Benny. And it seems that something happened to Daniel, and he bought drugs from you. And you're the type of guy who, if somebody pisses you off, things happen to people. So what do you know about what happened to Daniel?
Look, I don't fucking know. Look, I sell a lot of shit to a lot of people. All right. If he says he bought something from me, he probably did. I don't recognize the motherfucker. But if it happened, it happened. I'm not gonna say that I don't, cause I do. But I mean, shit. What do you want me to do? I deal with a lot of fucking people. You want me to remember every goddamn face, every goddamn name I come across?
That's a lot to ask. Dicky boy, what any kind of connection you might have had with Tara Collins or her management or
I don't. All I know is
club
that
and
all I know is that she's a singer, and she had drug problems, and you had your scandalous article. So that's as much as I know about Tara.
Well,
But
Daniel was
really
from
quick,
LA.
outside of character, do you mind if we pause for a moment, Tommy?
What's up?
I'm just curious. Before I really say anything, do I happen to recognize Daniel?
No, your character doesn't recognize him. Like I said at the beginning, the only people you immediately recognized were Abigail and Willow.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure because him being deaf, not being deaf before, it might have gone with one of my memories, but
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. That's not it.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Okay.
All right. I don't really know anything about Tara besides what the tabloids say about her and her career. I know more about Benny over here than I know about her.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Well,
Man, it's hard not to
Daniel
know
was-
about somebody like you in my field of work. But
boys, Daniel was from LA. Gary, you live in LA.
I don't know Daniel. I've never seen the man before in my life.
Okay.
But
Just checking.
we're sitting at 4 minutes. Who goes next, Abigail?
Me.
well, I do believe it's Willow that goes next.
Well, shit. We wasted a lot of time. I don't know.
We did waste a lot of time, but we need to figure out why we're all here, and we're thinking it's got to do with drugs or
all I can think about to do with Tara that I haven't said already is that as my security detail was throwing her out, she threw a crate at my face and bloodied my nose, and that's when I told them to throw her out and lock the door.
So we know you know her. We know she knows her. We know these two motherfuckers over here over. You fucking cop-looking motherfucker. You see the time on this fucking clock? You see how much we got?
do.
Roll intelligence. Oh, fuck yeah. I gotta pause it for a second because I gotta think about something.
Do we need to go in the meeting room again?
Huh?
Do we need to go in the secret meeting room again?
No, I just need y'all to give me a second.
Okay.
So I have a script software that I use to write this whole thing out in, and it's super convenient, but there's some stuff I sometimes have to dig for. Okay.
You still good on drink, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it, fucking. Gary, you realize that the time on the clock says 1:02.
This is 102.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
It's an analog clock, and it reads 1:02.
102. I don't. I don't know. The clock says 102. I don't know what you want from me, Benny.
That means we got a minute and 50 seconds to figure this bullshit out.
Minute and 50 seconds? We got like 50 seconds to figure this shit out.
Nah, this motherfucker's gonna come in here and someone's gonna fucking die. And if we ain't got this shit figured out, we might not be able to figure it out. I'm not getting God because you can't figure out why the fuck you're here. I don't fucking know you. I don't know your fucking story. You fucking tell me, why are you here?
I don't fucking know why I'm here, Benny. I know I've been a shitty person in my fucking life, and there's a lot of lives that I could have fucking saved if I would have chose better actions and not been a shitty fucking alcoholic. But, you know, I'm here. Your guess is as good as mine. Your fucking history is a lot more fucking shady than mine, though, Benny.
We already figured it out, huh? Everybody's saying that I sold somebody fucking heroin. You want to fucking give me the death penalty for selling somebody some fucking heroin? I've done worse shit in my sleep.
Yeah, that's why you deserve the death penalty.
Looks like we about to fucking get it, ain't we?
Yeah, well, it's not you and it's not me. We're gonna have to watch Willow over here die. It's just more blood on our hands, Benny.
Yeah, fucking
Where
guess
was
so.
the bowling ball incident, Dicky boy?
Bowling ball incident. How do you know about the bowling ball incident?
We've been here before. Where did it happen?
Back in Chicago.
The man in the mask walks in. He walks to the center of the room beneath the light. He looks around the room and asks,
Why are you here?
So we've all made mistakes. We've fucked shit up. We can't agree on why we're all here.
The man in the mask looks to the ceiling. He points the gun up, pulls back the hammer, points the gun at Willow, and pulls the trigger. Her blood flies against the walls, and her body drops. The man in the mask turns around, places his hand on the doorknob, looks up at the clock, turns around and says,
Figure out why he's here.
slams the door shut, and the clock begins ticking again.
So it's either you or me, Benny.
Oh, roll sanity check.
Yep. Oh my goodness, that's a very big willow.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn it over.
Oh, you rotate your Your mouse wheel. You mean upside down?
Yeah.
Oh, click in your mouse wheel.
Okay. There, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. And you're good. Wait, 71. Maybe you're not good.
No, I'm not good.
No, you're not good at all. 1d4.
I already did it. I
Oh,
already
okay.
-3.
I've only been able to talk about the one memory. God damn it.
I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent with these two.
Alright. Timer starts
I
now.
have other ones.
All right,
Benny.
Dickie.
Sorry.
What?
I was just gonna say he said him, so it's down to you and me.
What the fuck? Alright.
We
I probably sold this
clearly
motherfucker heroin. I probably did that shit. I believe that I
Probably.
did that. What did you probably do?
I don't know what I probably did. I mean, did you already know something about my memories already? You know about the bowling ball incident, Abigail. What else do you know about the things that I've done?
know about you attacking your wife's promiscuous lover,
Yeah, I did that.
or the two gentlemen who were having an affair of their own. Clarify that one for me.
Look, that was after I started my PI agency. A woman
Mhm.
came to me. I think her name was Amanda Paulson. She hired me to investigate her husband, Lou Paulson, and because she figured he was having an affair on her. I tracked him down to his coworker's residency and found that they were shacking up. He caught me and came out to confront me. Saw my notes and saw her card, and then went back inside and blew his brains out. But
And
I don't understand how that pertains to Tara.
what about the man who was left behind? The
Oh,
gentleman who
Otis Goldsmith. Otis Goldsmith.
all right.
It was his name. I don't really know what happened to him.
Okay. And were there any other incidents like you attacking your wife's uh, side piece?
It is
No.
1934.
Paulie Colombo was his name. Paulie Colombo. He's a hairy man. He had slick back hair. Wait a minute. Linnell mentioned a guy with slick black hair. Slick black hair. He's kind of burly, kind of out of shape. Maybe that could have been the man that she saw that night. You know Paulie Colombo, Benny?
I don't know no damn Columbo. The Columbos run in New York. They don't run in New Jersey. I don't know no goddamn Columbos.
Tara was from New York.
Hmm.
Who's next, anyways, Abigail?
Well, that'd be you, Dickie.
Okay. All right. What do you want to know? Any other information? You tell me what you want to know, and I'll tell you now.
I can't think of anything more. It's all pointing to the same stuff. It's
Can Willow talk from beyond the grave?
Yeah, you can chime in anytime.
What?
Okay. The Columbos are from New York. Tara Collins was from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Benny's also in the mafia. something. I don't know. That seems interesting. He knows who they are. I missed part of what he said. He knows who they are, but he don't know Polly, right?
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
doesn't know who Paulie Columbo is.
he's from Jersey. I mean, that's I get not that far from New York, but
Mafia families and I don't know. He knows who the Columbos are that they run in New York, but I don't know. There was a connection to be explored there.
so Benny, what do you know of the Columbos other than they run in New York?
Man, we split the territories along the state lines. We don't get in each other's shit. If we running something through, we pay taxes. But I don't fuck with the Columbos. I don't know anybody in that Columbo family. I don't hang out with them. We don't get fucking brunch. You know, they do their thing. We do our thing. We don't bother each other. We pay our taxes. We call it a day. That's it. We
Could the
are
Columbos
mutually beneficial to each other, so we don't get in each other's shit.
could the Columbos
Okay.
be angry that Benny sold Tara heroin? Or sold Tara's manager heroin?
Well, they were in New Jersey at the time,
But she's
so that
clearly
was
got connections to them because one of them was told Linnell to get away from the body. Maybe they're mad because she's from New York, so maybe they're mad
hmm
that somebody from maybe they were trying to get her off the heroin. And somebody from New Jersey came in and sold her manager heroin, which then got heroin to her. Maybe.
that could be. Dickie, what do you know any more about these Columbos, or just that Polly was fucking your wife?
I know about the Columbos, but Paulie didn't have any real pull because honestly, he tried to press charges on me, and because me being a part of the police force and being a likable guy to everybody for the most part, they dismissed the charges against me.
Hmm.
All I know is that, Columbos are a gang in New York. I figured him being out in Chicago, he didn't really have much to do with the family.
He was in Chicago. From New York, he was in Chicago, and then he was in Louisiana. Interesting. Man travels a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was traveling with her tour? Not to harp on that, but seems
No,
interesting.
it would make sense, but I don't know how that would be enough to bring Dickie here.
Dickie beat the shit out of him.
I did take out my baton and bash him in the face a lot.
If Dickie beat the shit out of him, and Daniel bought heroin and got Tara on heroin, maybe old Polly Columbo was fucking Tara.
Oh, that's an idea.
Because maybe he's the one that made Daniel deaf.
That could also be.
Well,
I
got a minute, so
we're going with this Polly Columbo idea.
I don't know. Benny doesn't seem to have any information about it. I'm gonna roll for like persuasion to see if I can get Benny to talk more about Paulie Columbo. Like, what do you know about Paulie Columbo, Benny?
All right. 59. Fuck was your persuasion? 60. Okay, cool. Barely.
Ah,
Look, I don't even know if there is a Paulie Columbo. Alright, I know Marky, Tommy, fucking... I know a lot of Columbos. I ain't never heard of no Paulie Columbo.
seems fair since I've never really heard of him until that night, anyways.
So maybe it's someone posing as a Columbo? It makes sense if it was her boyfriend, but then why would he not let the nurse help her?
The
Damn
door
it.
swings open and the man in
Well,
the mask walks in. He
I
stands
bet
underneath the
you
light
all
and
do.
does you.
Why are you here?
Polly
Here
Columbo.
because of the goddamn mob.
Man in the mask looks around the room, looks at Abigail and looks at Gary. Stares directly at Abigail and says,
I have no idea who Paulie Columbo is.
he pulls the gun up to the ceiling, pulls back the hammer, points the gun at Gary and pulls the trigger. Gary falls limp and his blood splatters the wall. Man in the mask turns around, grabs the handle, slams the door, and the clock resets. You're good.
Before we begin again, I just want to ask, what the fuck was that whole time thing about earlier, where you told me it was like 102, even though it wasn't 102?
No, that's what it was.
It said like almost 2 minutes when you were telling me that.
I didn't
Maybe something
say how
lagged on
much
my.
time was left. I said the clock read 102.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
okay.
since Gary's the last one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and skip these next 2 rounds because I'm gonna go ahead and tell you you ain't got it.
Mm-hmm.
So, roll 2 sanity checks for me. Hey, quit spinning the clock.
I didn't mean to.
Okay.
Am I rolling too, or just...
No, just Abigail. 70. That's too high. So give me a D4.
Yep.
Do that again. You just spun that in the air.
Alright, hold on.
4. Okay. And then give me 1d10 again. You know why.
Yes, I know why. They know why now too, but they won't know why. 4.
I don't know why.
That's right.
So that's a total of 8. Okay.
Hmm.
4. Okay.
No envelopes this time?
Same cards.
Oh, so I don't remember shit. I gave you the envelope back last round.
Thought we weren't supposed to read them out loud, Gary.
Well, I mean, I kind of assumed since we started the next round and you acted like you didn't know anything.
Well, I mean, you've already figured out what happened at the reset. Like, it's not new information.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't metagame.
Yeah,
Right.
because I'm a bastard.
Yes, you are.
All right, anybody need to tinkle?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. One by one, you wake up in a room. It is so dark you can't even make out the silhouette of your hand in front of your face. The ground is cold and gritty and it feels like dirt. A man lets out, "Where the fuck am I?" The voice of a female responds in fear with, "Who is that? What do you want from me?"
All right, everyone, calm down. Please, please, please calm down. We're going to go through this in a nice, orderly fashion. You're going to think this is a setup, Benny. It's not. We are in a very real situation where there's a guy that's going to come in that door here in a couple moments and tell us we're all here for a reason. We need to figure it out, or he's going to kill one of us every 10 minutes. Gary, Dickie Boy Busey, this is Abigail. Willow, we fought fish creatures. I really want you guys to believe me. This is getting really old. I've been through this twice already. Please, God, let us figure out why we're here.
Abigail, is that really you?
That's really me. I just don't have my fucking shovel or we'd be out of here already.
Well, I fought fish creatures with you, so I'm gonna believe you.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't know, this bullshit sounds like a setup to me.
Exactly. You're proving my fucking point, Benny. It's nuts. The light's going to come on here in just a moment, and across from me, you're going to see Miss Linnell from Louisiana. She's a nurse. She's in a peach dress, and she's going to be the first of us to go. So we are going to try to get as much information out of her as we can. The gentleman beside her is a deaf and seemingly mute young man from California. Benny, he used to manage some bands and bought heroin from you in New Jersey. You may not remember him, but that's what fucking happened. Willow, he bought heroin while he was in Louisiana and procured it for a Miss Tara Collins, who you kicked out of your club, who then, I suppose, overdosed kind of in the alley where Miss Linnell attempted to help her, and some big, muscular, hairy gentleman pushed her away and told her to get the fuck lost. And we imagine, we've put together from this last time that this big, hairy dude was also the same quote-unquote Polly Columbo that was fucking your wife, Gary. I think I've caught everyone up to speed on where we're at now. Let's figure out why you're here, Gary.
I don't know how you know that. And I know what you're talking about. He wasn't hairy.
He wasn't.
He's just a big guy.
Just a big guy. All right, then that's clearing things up. I'm sorry, Miss Linnell. Like I told you before, you're one of the...
man in the mask walks in. He stands in the center of the room beneath the light. He looks around the room.
Abigail's just gonna give him like a real cheery smile and a wave. She's over it.
The man in the mask looks at Abigail. He says,
"Welcome back."
Third time's the charm.
Grabs the door handle, slams the door, and the clock above the door begins ticking.
Wait, I thought he was going to explain what was going to happen.
Well, I think I did a pretty good job of it. We're all here for a reason. We got 10 minutes until he comes back for us, and then Miss Linnell, it'll be your turn to go. So, let's figure out why we're here. What do you mean, what am I talking about? Go! He's going to kill us one by one at 10-minute intervals until we give him the answer that he's looking for, which is why we're here. Now, I think I've given him pretty satisfactory answers, or we've come to this unstated conclusion as to why we're here, all except Mr. Gary there, because Linnell, well, she tried to help when Miss Tara Collins was having her whole thing, but she couldn't. So there's some blame on her part here for that going on. Mr. Daniel in the white shirt, Abigail's gonna flick a little rock towards him and wave so that he sees that we're having a conversation, purchased the drugs that caused Miss Collins to no longer have the ability to actually put on a good show. There's his culpability. We've got Willow here, who tossed Miss Collins out of her establishment, understandably so, because she was a drugged up mess. You got her out of there, but you're culpable in the downfall of her career. Then there's me, who wrote the spectacular piece of her rise and fall, which ended up in her not getting any more work, although I guess you could blame the drugs more than me, but whatever, I'm culpable. And of course, we have Benny here to my right, who sold the drugs in the first place. So, Gary, what is your part in all of this?
Oh, I don't know anything that's going on right now. I don't even know this Tara Collins. Like, I know she's a musician. She has a drug habit because of your scandalous tabloid, but I don't know what you want from me.
You have violent tendencies. You used to be a drinker. You accidentally, quote unquote, bashed some guy's face into the return thing of a bowling
What?
ball.
I
You
didn't
attacked a
bash his
man that
head.
was fucking your wife. And then you were a private investigator that stumbled across the homosexual affair of Mr. Paulson and his lover and caused someone to kill themselves. Can we please move on?
No, where you got the information that I bashed somebody's head in on a ball return? I didn't bash anybody's head. He fell into that ball return. I just feel bad
Did he?
because I never helped him. I just left.
You just left. You had nothing to do with him actually
No,
bashing his face on it.
the only thing that I can remember from that specific event is I went out with a couple of friends of mine, Mikhail Dowry and Jonathan Turner, and we were ordering some drinks and having a good time bowling. I guess the too many drinks hit us too fast, and we started giving the other players a hard time. A couple guys and their girlfriends, and we made some jokes about their stance when they were bowling. And when they didn't get any strike, we eventually started arguing with the guys because we were making fun of them so much, and we began fighting. And at some point, the guy he fell during the fight and hit his head on the ball return. And I saw blood coming out of his head, and my friends and we took off running out of the bowling alley.
Dickie, when did this happen?
I guess sometime when I was living in Chicago. So it's all a bit hazy.
So no dates?
No dates.
You don't even have a various year of when that might have been?
I don't.
When were you in LA, Dickie?
I moved. I moved to LA a couple years back. After I couldn't save that woman from jumping off the building.
Wait, what?
Some guy she popped.
We're having our own conversation over here, me and Daniel.
I understand, and I got distracted.
After the whole thing with Paulie, as you mentioned him earlier, after I did all that, my drinking spun out even more, and yeah.
All right, we're.
Wait, okay, I guess I got timeline fucked up. So I moved to LA after I bashed Paulie Colombo's face in.
Daniel looks over at Willow, shakes his head, and shrugs.
So Miss Linnell, when the guy pushed away your help when Miss Collins was having her issues, did he have a particular accent of any kind? If you're talking, I can't hear you.
I don't
Okay.
know if it was Mexican or Puerto Rican, something like that, some Spanish accent.
Willow has asked Daniel another question. Did he hurt you?
Daniel shakes his head no.
Mexican or Puerto Rican, or would Italian maybe fall into that? Are you familiar with the Italian accent?
Well, that tall guy over there, aren't you Italian? Yeah, I'm Italian. That's not what he sounded like.
Okay. Huh. So Dickie, when
Daniel,
you were
another question. Sorry, Abigail.
No, you're good.
Daniel looks confused at Willow and shrugs his shoulders.
Who hurt you? Ears.
Motorcycle. Okay. What did you want to know, Abigail?
I forgot.
I'm sorry.
Motorcycle wreck.
That's what I was over.
Okay. Crud.
Hey, yo, if my math's right, this guy's gonna be back in here in about 30 seconds.
And we're no closer than what we were the last time for finding out why we're here. We were relatively close. He said so himself, but I don't understand why you're here, Dickie boy.
I don't know. I was with you two, and then now we're here. That's the
But
only
you must
reason
have
why.
done something.
I don't
Man in the
know.
mask walks in the room,
Abigail's gonna cover her eyes.
stands in the center of the room, underneath the light. He looks around
Willow's
the room
also
and
gonna
asks,
cover her eye.
Why are you here?
We fucked with the mafia. I don't know.
Tara Collins.
The man in the mask looks to the floor, lifts his gun to the ceiling, pulls back the hammer, and then fires his gun at Linnell. Her body drops to the ground and blood splatters the wall behind her.
Man, I was waiting for you to curveball us and just been like, he turns around and looks at Benny and blows his breath.
He turns around and walks toward the door, grabs the handle, slams it shut, and the clock begins ticking again.
Oh shit, we didn't get it. We didn't get his. What?
What?
I wanted to have a moment on the pause just to be like, sorry for throwing you off, Aaron. I was trying to like multitask
okay.
while you were
It's all
questioning
good.
him.
It's all good.
Hey, you learned something.
Yeah.
Because I was like, we can't spend all this time on one person, and you already told us in your explanation that he could write on the wall or he was deaf or whatever.
Right.
So, you know.
Okay. So Daniel lost his hearing in a motorcycle wreck. And that was in LA?
I think you have to put it on the board.
I'm piecing it out into the air. I'm not trying to necessarily ask.
Yeah.
Um.
Might be good to ask. The location might be important.
Yeah.
It's right, L.A. wreck.
Yeah. I'm
I
sure that's
literally
the wrong way for an inn, but that's okay.
The motor in
now.
L.A. Oh. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, you're gonna have to use context clues
Mhm.
because I'm writing upside down. Whatever.
I passed my sanity check.
Oh, do we have to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that. I'll do it twice on the next one.
So the wreck was in Chicago.
Okay? Who do we know that's from Chicago that's a cop and might have responded to a wreck, Dickie boy?
Hmm. Yeah. I have no recollection of a wreck.
No.
Nope.
What do you remember?
Oh, the last big thing I got really called out for in Chicago, which really I can't stop thinking about it. I got called onto a scene for a potential jumper. I'd been drinking in my patrol car most of the day, but I still decided to go. When I got there, I decided to call my girlfriend and tell her that I was going to be late. We got into a little bit of an argument over the phone, and eventually, once I got off the phone, my chief told me that I needed to go in and talk her down. And as soon as I entered in the building to go upstairs, I heard her. I heard her hit the ground and everybody screaming.
I have asked a question
Eh.
of Daniel.
I just can't stop thinking about, if I'd not been
Yeah.
drunk or if I'd not made that call, maybe I could have saved that woman's life.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Did you answer my question, Daniel?
He underlined Chicago and put a question mark after it.
Oh. Yes.
Why?
Tara was the
Why?
jumper. Tara was the jumper.
For
Tara was the
real?
jumper. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's why Gary's here.
Well, damn.
She's dead because of
Okay.
me.
All right. I mean,
Dead
she's
because
dead because of us all, but
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but
got
I was there
goosebumps.
Huh?
huh?
What?
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
What?
Said I have goosebumps.
Oh, you have goosebumps. Okay.
I have goosebumps.
Why do you have goosebumps?
Because I've been sitting here listening to y'all fuck around with the completely wrong thing for like 30 minutes.
What?
Is this the wrong thing?
No, y'all just got it.
Oh, do we win?
we argued that we've been going after the wrong thing for a while, but yeah.
Woo! So that means we win?
Alright, I'll just skip ahead.
Well, you're welcome for deciding to question Daniel while you were yelling
Yeah.
at Gary.
Yeah,
I was like,
thank you.
This is
The man in
taking
the
too much
mask
time.
walks in the room. He stands in the center of the room and asks,
Why are you here?
We were all part of what led to Tara dying.
Be specific. Why are you here?
Because I
Well,
I
kicked
wrote
her
the
out of
article.
my club.
I was drunk, and I was busy having an argument with my wife when I could have stopped her from jumping.
Daniel bought the drugs that made her be fucked up and ruin her career. And Linnell didn't help her, even though she could have called somebody. And Benny sold Daniel the drug.
The man in the mask looks to the floor for a moment. It feels like minutes are slowly passing by. He seems like he's thinking, but he also seems like he's doing nothing at all. He looks back up. You can see the mist in his eyes as he raises his hand to his head. He sighs as he pulls off his mask. He is a much older man than you imagined. He sniffles as a tear runs down his face. She was so kind. She made me feel like life had some sort of meaning. Maybe it was purpose. I don't know what the feeling was, but I know that feeling it was more important than anything in the world. But in your infinite vanity, in your fame, in your badge, in your musings, in your money, you forgot she was a person. Her only fault was daring to share this world with you. And she never hurt anyone. But after her death, I swore I would hurt you. She would be ashamed of what I've done here today, and I will pay for my sins, but I will pay happily knowing that you have paid for yours. The man in the mask reaches in his pocket and pulls out a single key. He holds it in front of him. This key will unlock all of your shackles. This gun is loaded with one bullet for each of you. The front door is down the hall on your left. Take the left corridor, then straight ahead. I have no interest in keeping you here, and I have no interest in your deaths. I just needed you to live with the truth that I have lived with for all these years. The man pulls another bullet out of his pocket. He holds the bullet sideways up to Abigail's face. On the side of the bullet is the name Seamus Brennan. He places the key in her hand, the gun on top of the key, and the extra bullet in her other. He stands back into the center of the room, and he looks down to the floor. The mercy of God is too good for man. He stands there blankly.
Exhaustion, man.
I think he wants you to shoot him, Abigail.
I'm aware of what he wants me to do, but are we all just gonna ignore that Miss Linnell is dead? She doesn't get the opportunity to walk away from this?
I mean, there's not really anything
She
we
was
can do
an
about
innocent
that.
bystander who tried to help.
How are we gonna save her now?
How did I live through this 3 times?
I get this, but how do we know that it's gonna reset again if we kill ourselves?
I don't particularly want to kill myself.
James, you got any answers here, bud?
Seamus continues staring at the ground.
Say you, Benny. You're awful quiet over there, loudmouth motherfucker.
How about you fucking unhook me so I can go the fuck home?
This is the first time I've agreed with Benny this entire time.
No. Abigail's right. We've wronged one person. We shouldn't let Linnell. We done more wrong to Tara than Linnell ever did. If anything, I feel like Linnell deserves to walk out of here more than I do.
If that was true, she wouldn't be in this room.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, maybe.
Oh
Fuck
well,
it. I've lived long enough. Let's kill ourselves and reset it and find out how much Linnell really could have done to help Tara.
All right.
your call, Abigail.
Rude. I'm pretty sure that was me. But
No,
Yeah, but I'm the one with the gun.
that's what I was saying. Like, Abigail has the gun, so even if we disagree and Abigail decides to restart it, she can just go ahead and shoot all of us.
How do I know? Like you said, how do I know we'll restart if he's not the one to kill us, though?
I don't know. Hand the gun back to him then.
All right, I hand the gun back to him. I make him take it.
The man refuses to move. He doesn't accept the gun.
Okay, I shoot him.
The man falls to the ground. You hear a piece of metal cling against the floor. His blood bleeds out against the stone floor.
I was just gonna say shoot the rest of us in the order that we died in.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say, but I think
Or
we
we-
just fucked our chance of saving Linnell. But
Well, yeah, okay. I've seen her die. You know, three times now. I'm gonna find the key. Have
you
the
have it
key.
in your hand.
Okay. Gonna unlock my shackles.
The shackle falls off your arm, falls against the pole. You see that your arm's a little red, but ultimately unharmed.
I'm gonna unshackle Willow,
woohoo! I'm free.
and then Daniel, and then Gary, and then Benny.
Oh, you should have left Benny there.
Benny runs towards you and tackles you and tries to grab the gun from your hand.
Saw that
God.
coming.
Like I said, should have left Benny there.
I run and I tackle Benny.
Roll me a strength.
I am slowly inching towards the door.
Oh! I straight up miss him.
Yep. You go to tackle Benny and you slide right over him and collide with the wall.
Okay. Am I able to attempt to get a shot off on him while he's trying to go for the gun?
He's got his hand on the gun. You can try to resist him being able to grab it.
Okay, I will try to do that.
Am I able
Just give me a
to
strength
go
check.
ahead and sneak out the door?
Yeah, if you want to.
Alright. I very much do.
But a 39, that's not gonna do it, I don't think.
Just for your strength.
I got
Oh,
a
that should be
28.
Oh, hey, yeah.
I got
You
a
jerk the gun
28.
away from him. Benny still lays on top of you, reaching for the gun, but the gun is now completely in your hand.
I'ma shoot.
Alright. You have a
Did I
firearm
make it
roll.
out? Did I make it out?
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you want to run away, you can run away.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if
think
I had to
mine's
roll
40.
for that.
What the hell is your firearm?
Hopefully you remember
Yep, that's a
the
40.
directions that he mentioned.
And you rolled a 34. You turn around toward Benny and you fire the gun. The bullet goes straight through his head. Blood goes against the ceiling and drips down on top of you. He lays dead on top of you.
Push him off. All right. I guess I'm gonna unshackle Linnell's body too. Don't want to leave her here. Benny can fucking rot. And we go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You walk out the door, and just as Seamus had said, there is a long hallway. You see a corridor going to the left at the end of the hallway. You see a door in between the exit of the room and the corridor itself.
Well, Willow, since you were sneaking out ahead,
Well, do we have a map?
No, it's just a hallway.
Okay, and so there's a door.
You can see there's a turn at the end of the hallway where there's a corridor, and there's one door in between this room and that corridor.
do we see what's in the room or do we keep going?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna open the door.
You open the door and you walk inside. The only thing in the room is a chair and a table. And you see what looks like a gramophone sitting on top of the table. There's a wire leading out of the top of the wall, leading into the gramophone. You can hear movement coming out of the speaker of the gramophone. And it sounds like Abigail and Gary moving around.
I'm gonna call out to Abigail and Gary and be like, "Hey, he was listening to us the whole time."
Well, that would figure. All right. If that's all there is, then let's
I'm gonna, before I leave the main chamber, I'm gonna like walk up to, I guess his name is Seamus.
Seamus Brennan. Yeah, Seamus Brennan.
All right, I want to search his body.
Okay.
I got 30.
Fuck it. You dig through his shirt, you dig through his pockets, and you don't find anything. You roll his body over, and you find the piece of metal that was laying on the ground that you heard fall from him before. You see that it's a coin. On top of the coin is a triangle, and written on the coin is the word Demonia.
Demonia. Sweet, I got a coin. And I actually rolled a 20, but I'm a dingus. All right. So I guess I'm gonna head out and go find the area that Abigail and actually no. I wanna also search Benny's fuck ass.
Alright.
Oh. Come on now. Oh, 13.
You search his body, his pockets, and you turn him over. You find nothing on him.
Alright. He's a fuck ass anyways. I'm out. I'm going to go down into this room here.
Do you want to kick his body on your way out?
Nah. And you sure there's like 100% nothing to find in the room?
It's a table that looks like it was built out of 2x4s. The only thing on top of the table is the gramophone speaker and the wire leading out of the wall. There's also a chair in front of the table.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'm gonna head down the...
Hey,
What?
Gary.
What?
You know, since I'm in this room and I could hear everything you're doing, I heard some rustling. What'd you find there,
Oh,
bud?
you know, I found a coin.
Because, you know, before, when you found some coins, you weren't very forthcoming with them, so...
Well, you know, things change.
Good to know. Demonia. Kind of reminiscent of the word demon, don't you think?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Anybody have any input on that?
Weird coins. Weird shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's
I
time
lived through 2 deaths. It's yeah. I'm ready for a nice nap.
And heading down that hall.
Okay.
I think the hall's the other way.
Yeah, the hall
gonna-
went left.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
stand
Gary
where
was
I
just
am.
smashing his face against the wall, like, I'm gonna go this way.
I'm gonna fucking bash my head into the wall until I make a door.
Either me or
Look.
this wall's gonna give.
I'm going through alcohol detox right now, okay?
Alright, so I'm not moving my piece way over there. So we're going down the corridor then?
At the end of the corridor, you see a wooden door. You can see light coming from the other side of the door.
Open that bitch.
You open the door
Making
and
it
you walk
open.
outside. Upon walking outside, the light hits your eyes and it causes you to go blind for a moment. You've been so used to the lights inside, or the darkness inside rather, that the light hitting your eyes has caused you a little bit of pain. Nothing serious though. You open your eyes to look around you. Your eyes meet each other as you look around and take in your surroundings. To your astonishment, the sky has turned green and the clouds have turned gray. As you both clear the doorway, the door slams shut behind you. You turn around and stare at it. Printed on the other side of the door is a yellow triangle. You see the words, Deus Voluntas Versi, Nos Voluntas Interio.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
Can I roll for foreign language? Do I have foreign language?
I mean, I have Latin.
You do. You roll
Yep.
for foreign language. I don't have that.
Roll the dang dice.
Oh, is there
Oh.
a picture of the door?
57. Forgot what my Latin is. 40 balls.
I'll be kind. I'll go ahead and give it to you.
Isn't
Thanks.
Volantis like truth? Out of character talk?
Abigail looks closely at the door and reads it over. Her eyes get wide and her jaw drops when she speaks out the words in English. God will feed, we will die.
Awesome.
And that's the end of the stone room.
Nice.
Ooh, that was awesome.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so
awesome.
happy
I
you
hated
figured
it.
it out.
I fucking hated
Me
it.
too.
It's fantastic, but I fucking hated it.
Why did you hate it?
I don't
It
feel like
made
we.
you think.
Well, it's not really that it made me think. It's just like it took us so long to actually start getting anywhere. I feel like the whole first round was just us being like, "What the fuck?"
Well, I mean, that's kind of realistic though, because you wake up in a room with 5 strangers in the dark. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute.
I don't remember what was said that brought me to the memory of fucking Tara, but I'm glad that was the only memory of mine that I shared. Literally.
Mhm. Hey, that was enough though.
I think it's because it was the heroin. That's the only one of my stories that mentioned heroin.
Yeah.
So do you want me to make you hate Andrew for a minute?
Sure.
So there's a memory. Oh, where'd your memory sheet go, Andrew? Oh, it's in here. Okay. The one of Tara's is number 4. Yeah. So move your hand. I'll just move it. So basically, the memory was he you remember he fucked up going to save this chick from jumping off the building, and
Yep.
because he had stopped on his way in, he didn't get to her in time. She hit the floor. It was Tara. So when he walked out of the building and saw that the body was there, he hung out, and the mortician later declared the time of death as 1:36 p.m. When the game started, I mentioned that it was an analog clock. Analog
Mhm.
clocks don't have timers on them. Analog clocks are just clocks. The reason why I put it out The clock time, when I said it was like 1:02 or whatever it was, is because the time starts at a certain point in time, but nobody checked what the time was. The clock started at 12:36.
Around 1 p.m. Oh.
There's 6 people in 10-minute rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody would have maybe checked out the time on the clock and then did a good intelligence check, I may have been able to be like, oh yeah, you realize that the clock said 10 or 12:36 and there's 6 people in here, so you have an hour, and 1:36 matches her time.
Man.
That was
Man, how the fuck was I supposed to figure that out?
To be fair, you only mentioned the clock being analog
Like
the
once.
very first time, and I don't think I heard you say that, and I just
Hey.
No, I remember you mentioning it, but then I remember, like, I died and then came back with no memory of shit.
I just actually didn't ever hear you mention an analog clock. I just assumed that the timer that was in the room with us is the timer we're looking at, which I guess wouldn't make sense because it's fucking 1934.
Yeah.
But
Digital
I also
clocks
don't
didn't
think
exist.
I don't think they had microphones, and also gangsters in 34 didn't say dude, so nobody was really sticking to the timeline.
Truth.
Hold on.
Well, there were
Bring that
microphones.
back.
My bad. Well, there were
Bring that
microphones in
back.
the 30s.
Were there? Okay.
I mean, we do have like music from the 30s.
Well, yeah, I just didn't know if, like, the technology to wire one up to play it through a gramophone in a stone wall. I didn't know. I just didn't know. It didn't occur to me.
I'm sure if they were dedicated enough, they could make it happen.
Yep.
So, either way, I didn't hear the analog clock part.
Well, that was the main connection. I did have that that backup in case it didn't work out. That his motorcycle wreck happened in Chicago, and Tara died in Chicago. But
But that required me. That required, like, somebody, which it was me, but somebody to, like, put the pieces together that Daniel would know the jumper.
Yeah.
And you did so good. Good job.
Because I didn't even think that Tara was the jumper. I just thought, okay, he wrecked in Chicago, and we're trying to connect everything. So did he happen to know whoever the jumper was? Since Gary doesn't seem to know, and then it was Tara, and I was like, hey, everybody.
Yeah, that was a well thought plan there.
Well, I knew we were gonna lose Linnell, and then so much time to try to fuck with Daniel, so I figured while you were doing that one thing, I would just try to talk to Daniel. Because it didn't require me to talk out loud.
Yeah, that was the reason for the order of everybody's death, was because Linnell's was fairly easy to figure out because of where she lived and where she worked and where your club was. So I knew that one would be easy enough to figure out. I didn't need her sticking around to the end. But I needed Benny to stick around to the end because he sucks.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass.
And because you wanted to talk through him more than you did want to talk through Linnell.
Yeah.
I didn't mind talking through. It's just I needed somebody to be like a caregiver of some sort. So I figure that should be the easiest one to figure out, because she would have pretty much the only direct contact with Tara other than Daniel. Everyone else is kind of third party.
Which also, I saw where you connected a different memory that would have taken us down a whole other rabbit hole of circles that we would have never figured it out, because after I died, the first time, Abigail mentioned that her friend, when they were young, was raped. And one of my memories is seeing underage girls in my club, and a police officer, I think it was a police officer, raped one of them.
No, it wasn't a police officer. It was just some guy. There is one of you that has another. Another connection.
I have something to do with like George DePaulo. He-
DePaul has one in my memories.
Yeah, the Columbo
I
thing
have-
was not supposed to happen, by the way. Like, that was not even
Cool.
supposed to be on the fucking radar.
Nice.
Like, it was supposed to be just like a passing thing. And then you're like, well, maybe it's. I'm like, no.
Well, I was just trying to, from beyond the grave, put it together. Like, okay, some dude.
Oh, here it is.
Who? How?
Yeah, the other one was I threw a red herring, and I think yours and maybe Aaron's, where your fifth memory where you were driving home drunk and you killed somebody, and the woman had brown hair, brown eyes, and wore a floral pattern dress. I think it's Aaron that has a memory of somebody she knew who had brown hair, brown eyes, and floral pattern dress. I think it was the person that you your first memory.
Yeah,
At the
Donna.
party. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one
But
was
I
a
also-
red herring. But y'all
Well,
didn't even
so is
connect that
our-
one. So
So is
Yes.
our rape one not connected?
no.
Same
So-
person though.
No, the 14-year-old girls or whatever. Like, you said you had a friend that was raped when she was young, and then I had underage people in my club who got raped.
Gotcha. It was the same memory in mine. It's the same person that he was talking about.
Yeah,
Well,
yours, Aaron, was set in
George
college.
DePaulo. No, George DePaulo was the one that raped the girl. The young women, blah 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 blah. Vernon Jones was the singer. They were approximately 5 feet 4 inches tall, dirty blonde hair, green eyes. They caught the guy. He was arrested for having sex with a minor. He was being arrested. You overhear him named George DePaulo, and then he's a police force guy.
Her memory was regarding when it comes to the name DePaulo. She didn't have anybody named DePaulo. She had someone named DePaula.
I wasn't talking about George DePaulo. I was talking about the young girl that got raped at my club.
Yeah.
Was possibly her friend.
No.
No, because hers was set in college.
Okay, she just said young. That's where I was going with that whole thing.
Yeah, hers.
But I never had a reason to bring that up because she was dead by the time she mentioned it. So
Right.
I couldn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to talk about my club getting busted and me sneaking away, but that never came up either.
Dang. Well.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
That was so well done.
Thank you.
All right. I think I've got to call it. I had said I was going to be able to give like 3 hours to this because I'm working on cleaning up the room, but that was a little more. I'm okay with that. But I gotta get moving again.
All right.
Yep. I gotta sleep.
Yeah. Have fun.